Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Y'all drop some vortices, spin the vortex in the chat if I can be heard. It's your little brother Malaki Macabee. All praises to the great spirit, the ever-present creator, the maker of suns, moons, and stars, that always was, is, and ever shall be. The mighty and great spirit, the mighty and great I am, whose magnitude incomprehensible and whose presence is everywhere. That's kind of hard for people to swallow these days. And so used to just, God being the image of a man sitting on a throne, displaying human emotions like he's jealous, he's vindictive, he's a warmonger, bloodthirsty, requires blood to appease himself. Like, there's a lot that you've been in agreement with over here. You know what I mean? So when the game swings, like, look, the greater is all powerful. You would agree with that. All knowledge, you would agree with that. Feel all space and place at the same time. You can't argue with that. And yet unseen. Not in the form and figure of a man, woman, angel, or animal. Dang. Now we got to talk about it. Feel me? But y'all see the title, Creator Game calls out Naga and their electromagnetic god. Electromagnetism is creation in motion. It's creation, a product of creation. I mean, it's not the creator. So it's a group of guys called, I ain't never even heard of these cats before. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Salute to my brother, Young Prince. Y'all know Prince Judah Vaughn, Cosmon, Chris. I call him Prince Cosmo. He had a presentation of it. We're going to play some of that for sure. And he explained very thoroughly the difference between the creator and a god, which, you over this way, you already know what that's about. He explained it very thoroughly. What I find quite ironic, you dig, is as soon as he discussed, I'm talking about thoroughly discuss it. Thoroughly. You know what I mean? Like, this is the difference. God ain't nothing but a one-time man. That's why you see sometimes people call God a man in the Bible, and sometimes God is an angel in the Bible. Like, here we come clearing it up for you. Like, that's because God is a one-time man. God is not the creator, not to be confused. Creator has never been a man, never slid through the birth canal of a woman. You know what I mean? Never was swimming around in the, the nut bag of his pops. Not the creator, not the almighty, not the always was, is, and never shall be. No beginning, no end. All powerful, so there's no weakness in the almighty. All knowledge, so there's no ignorance. There's nothing the almighty doesn't know. And like he's all powerful, so there's nothing that he can't do. All power, right? And filleth all space and place, meaning omnipresent or ever present, right? But yet unseen. See, that's the part where people can't grasp that. You know what I mean? That right there is, because you've been in agreement so long with who you call God that it's hard for you to grasp. But that's why the gang here. That's what we heard. You know what I mean? We heard to go ahead and separate the creator from the gods and deities and lords and Lord gods and saviors. It's the creator. Whatever God that's been rolling off your lips in your prayer breath, whatever God's been rolling off your lips in your prayer breath, if you've been praying to God, if you've been praying to God, you know what I mean? You already been compromised. Yeah, God is a creation. The creator makes God. Ooh-wee. Somebody gonna be mad about that, but look, we gotta call it for what it is. Shout out to y'all in the chat. You know how we like to do first. We like to, before we bring out the full course meal, we like to go ahead, throw a few appetizers out there. So I'm just getting warm. You know what I mean? GT performer. I'm just getting warmer. Yeah. We just warming up. Like, it ain't even, this is what we do. We do this. Shout out to the credit gang, man. Love y'all brothers and sisters. Y'all already know. Shout out to my brothers, the 4 horsemen. That's a plague to the false gods kingdom. Yeah, the 4 horsemen, that's us. And we are a plague to all the kingdoms of the deities that you've been granted to. We talking about the creator. Nobody has brought the creator to the forefront. The creator, the great spirit. You know what I mean? Y'all do know Jesus got a daddy, right? That's what we do. I mean, we talking about the almighty creator. The one that even Yahshua told you, no man has seen him at any time. That's a problem. No, that's a hard statement to swallow, because it's men all throughout the Torah and Tanakh that claim they've seen with their own eyes. Who's supposed to be the Lord? Who's supposed to be who? When y'all say Lord, you're meaning the supreme being. And there's many people in the Old Testament who said they saw him, ate with him. See? So in essence, we ain't saying nothing different than what Yahshua said. He straight told you, like, look, ain't none of y'all seen him ever or heard his voice. Dang, that's major right there, because you got your boy Moses, who saw his backside and heard his voice, and you know what I mean? You got Jacob that wrestled with him, you know what I mean, and said he saw God face to face, called him a man at first. The text identify him as a man, and then Jacob wrestled with him, won the fights, trip off that, prevailed, won the wrestling match. I mean, he got wounded, his hip was out of joint, but he won, right? And then he said, I have seen God face to face. Man, what's going on? Hosea later on described the same encounter as that man was an angel, but Jacob called him God. See, so it was a lot of confusion. So when we pull up, we here to go ahead, to bring a distinction. We distinguish between creator and God. And my brother Chris did an excellent job, man. He did, even though he didn't get a chance to run through as many scriptures as he wanted to. Internet connection kind of choppy, a little taste, but we working on that. But nonetheless, when he was talking and everybody could hear him, he explained himself very thoroughly. You dig? And then, Cosmo and Kruger got on there. You dig? And we already know how Cal come. You already. There's my brother. Niggas just don't like Cosmo. They don't like Cosmo and Kruger. They don't like him. You dig? Just like they don't like me. So that me and that brother kindred spirits. Yeah. Always popping something. You know what I mean? Getting something cracking. Shaking the hornet's nest, challenging you to think outside this box that you done boxed yourself in, right? Nah, man, it's the creator. That's what we talking about. And there ain't a deity that rolled off your tongue that's of a higher authority than the creator, the God maker. It don't matter which God you call him, it don't matter. It ain't the creator. Why? Why, Malachi? It's in the form and figure of a man sitting on a throne. And it ain't just biblical, guys. You got Judgment Hall of Ma'at, right? You got Osiris, green, sitting on a throne in spandex. Baal, we got him sitting on the throne. We got El sitting on the throne. We got Yahweh sitting on the throne. We got Astaroth sitting on. We got all them informing figures of a man or a woman sitting on a throne. What newsflash? The creator is not a man or a woman. Huh? He's ever present. He's not an informing figure of a man, woman, angel, or animal. So my brothers did an excellent job, man. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of this. I see my big brother in the building, about to bring him on up. Let me go ahead and play some of this real quick just to get the crowd going. Y'all hit the share button. like buttons, subscribe buttons. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. CGG still cooking. Yeah. We still bombing. It don't even matter what somebody else got going on. Bombing. All right. Now watch this. Watch this real quick. Bing. Let me pull this up. My brother, this is my brother, Sela Shalom channel, man. Salute to God. It's my brother. He did, responsible for bringing this OWASP to the forefront 2 decades ago. Been online scrapping with you misfits for that 2 decades. That's all right, big dog. We got you. You know what I mean? Sit on back, handle your business. We got you. Watch this. Let's play some music real quick. Cosmo, I'm about to bring you up. All right. Give me a second. Let's play some music. Let's, set the vibe. Oh.
Jehovah is as near this day as in the time of the ancients.
Ooh.
Put yourself in order, becoming one with him. And no book is so easily read as his created universe. Inspiration comes less by books than by what Jehovah wrote. His worlds read him and his works. Frame your speech and your thoughts for him. He will answer you in your own behavior and in the happiness of your soul. Great wisdom cannot be attained in a day, nor purity and strength to overcome temptation, till the growth is from the foundation. The fool will say, the sacred books are no more than man of his own knowledge could write. Yet he has not wisely imitated the power of the words of your God. Let him do this well, and behold, he will also declare my words are from me. Yes, he will recognize them wherever found. It is the will and wish of your God that all men become constitutionally capable of receiving and comprehending the highest life, and that they shall no longer depend upon any priest, church, oracle, holy book, or upon consulting the spirits, and that their behavior may make the earth a place of peace, with long life to all people, for the glory of Jehovah. To his Etherian gods and goddesses, Jehovah said, as you have founded arcs of light in my Etherian heavens, to determine the travel of my corporeal worlds, so shall my God of the earth inspire mortals to build lighthouses for man's ships that travel on the oceans, and those who travel in the ships. And those on the land shall know when a ship nears the port, even as you see my traveling earth approaching the place of Cosmic. For this shall be an illustration to mortals, that I have appointed cycles of times and dawns of times, with gods and goddesses to superintend my creations in tenderness and love, lest by chance man becomes despondent, saying, alas, Jehovah did not provide in wisdom commensurate with the magnificence of his creations. Behold, the time draws near when the nations of the earth shall course around the whole earth in ships, crossing the seas and oceans to all the places I created.
right, question for Iz. Would you kill your child, your son, if your God told you to?
You said if the Most High told me to?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is. Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is.
Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is.
A 22-year-old woman told hotel workers in Holmes County that she had been directed by God, to go on a shooting spree about the solar eclipse, and that not long after she left the hotel in a purple Dodge Challenger driving to the interstate, traveling west, shooting into two cars. One of the drivers was shot in the neck, the other grazed in his arm.
If your God came to you right now, tonight, in pomp and glory, shining, and he commanded the death of your child, would you sacrifice your child?
If the Most High is going to do it, of course. If the Most High is going to do it, of course.
If the Most High is going to do it, of course.
Peter Lucas Moses refers to himself as a radical religious person who is with the Black Hebrews. And he just pleaded guilty to killing a 4-year-old and a woman that he was living with. He killed the 4-year-old because he thought he was gay.
Moses believed 4-year-old Higginbotham was homosexual. Klein says Moses took Higginbotham to the garage, played the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, and shot him. If
God came to you and told you to sacrifice your kid, would you sacrifice your kid?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
God is called the terrible, demon-like power. God is called the terrible, demon-like power. God is called the terrible, demon-like power. So Napa means empty, you could say, or open. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible. Shita means
Why is she skinning teeth and blushing? She's blushing. She done called her God a damn devil or a demon. And then she admits that her name means demon and she's skinning teeth. Look what she doing. She's smiling. Oh, she's straight smiling. What is really going on around here, man? You can't make this type of stuff up. She got the blush face on like somebody just mocked her or something. Look at her. Smiling at the fact that the God is a demon. So you didn't hear this from us. This is what they are saying. These are your religious devotees. These are your religious devotees. And their skin and teeth. Smiling. Dimples showing and everything. Demon. And y'all got the unmitigated gall to be mad at us. About what? This ain't slander. Let's go. Let's get it cracking.
demon, or demon-like or terrible.
According to the criminal complaint, Polite told investigators God told him to shoot Pastor Germany.
God told him to shoot Pastor Germany.
And he wanted to go to jail to clear his mind.
Would you kill your child or your grandchild if your God told you to?
Oh, man.
So that's a yes? There go your favorite cap right there. Yeah. He ran into the Macabee, got put in the blender. And he just had his first grandchild that night. You dig? I asked him, would you kill your child or your grandchild if your God told you to? And this is one of the most famous Israelites online. He a little cat to me though. I remember when he first came around. Like he ain't been down longer than me. No, I remember he first came around. You know what I mean? He's famous and prestigious and everybody, you know, everybody loves the cap. But the cap is under the influence of a false ass God. Why, Malaki? He just told you he would kill his child or his grandchild. He gonna say, I'll go through any test the Lord puts me through. So that's a yes, you would kill your child or your grandchild if too much atmospheric pressure skipped across your earlobes and you had the unmitigated gall to claim you was inspired. And that's your favorite cap right there. Put that boy in a blender. And then look, I went to his backyard. They've been knowing him over on the side of the studios for, they don't know me over there. Man, I went over there and, man, look, all praise to the creator. Buried that boy. And what he do? He hurried up and put distance between that event and himself. He started dropping stuff every day after that. Bang, bang, bang. Different topics. He started running up behind these so-called evangelical Christians and these apologetics and debating Muslims. What you doing all that for? What you doing all that for? Boy, you better come back to the mat and address what this is. You understand? Because guess what? Guess what? Boy, the world saw you lose. Even if I came into your backyard and they gave me a 50-50 vote. That's still a dub for us. I'm in your backyard, so you already know it's biased. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, you know, he ran into the Macabee and got handled. Like, hey, what you think this is? And this is after you ran from my brother. See, you ran from Selah Shalom after he had that dialogue with you on Sinetta Studios, and we can't even find that dialogue no more. And like you and Sinetta conspired and got together to say, hey, remove that offline. So you ran from my brother, set the debate up, the flyer was made and everything, man. And you ran. And y'all got the nerve to be seal clapping for this Negro like he just the big muckety muck. He would kill his child too if his God told him to. Watch this.
Yeah, well, it's a yes. It's a yes.
It's a yes.
But I think that it would be a test. I don't think the Lord would actually tell you to do it. I think it would just be a test because we can see.
You'd be willing to go through with it.
I'll go through any trial the Lord puts me through.
The leader Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the self-proclaimed Son of God, one day in 1981, her North Dade home became a house of death. Banks and her husband, Carlton Carey, had just returned from talking with police about another Yahweh member who had been decapitated. Today, Yahweh Ben Yahweh is charged in her attempted murder and the death of her husband. October 1986, Yahweh's takeover in an Opalaka apartment building. Two residents who were ordered to leave publicly complained. That night, both were shot to death.
Wow! Judah, do you hear me? If the Most High Yahweh tells you to kill your family, would you do it? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
Oh, Judah, no. See, it's all over but the shout, y'all. Nobody said absolutely not. Nobody said hell to the no. I'm never doing it. Look, if you can look at these short leggers and short runners at the top of this video right here, and you would twist your mouth and say, if I got inspired to, I would split that baby's water head to the white meat. You are an evil, sick, vindictive, black-hearted, urine-drinking bastard, and so is the deity that you follow. And guess what? Your best bet is to stir clear of us. Because if you thought you would be able to come around our women and children with that type of vibration, boy, you're going to find out soon what it means to lay hands. The laying on of hands. See, we're not letting none of that slide on our watch. We're not letting none of that slide. These are supposed to be the righteous men of Israel. And you know what I mean? These are supposed to be the gatekeepers. These guys are supposed to be so deep. Huh? Nah, your best bet is to stir clear of us. I ain't playing with you. This nigga said absolutely yes, y'all. But we're the ones that, you know, we ain't got no light, you know, we sucking at the paps of the devil. And man, look, if y'all don't shut the hell up, the ones that's saying that is telling you off their mouth that they would kill their families if too much atmospheric pressure skipped across their earlobes.
Damn.
Judah didn't mean that, y'all.
If the Most High say, put your family down, would you do it for the Most High?
By faith, yes. By faith, yes.
By faith, yes.
But he's going to tell me not to do it, just like he did Abraham. We have a story like that already. Next.
The moral law is that if a child was to be rebellious, okay, towards their parents, they was to be taken down and be stoned to death because of that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, slow belly. Well, the law is, you know, it's just what it is it's the law if your child was rebellious, you got to take them over to the elders and have them stoned to death. Oh, slow belly Negro. Can't even get your words out. Now watch how my brother Cal just, man, look, bump all that. Would you do that? Slow belly.
Would you do that? Would you do that if your God came back to you today in glory and said, I want you to stone your son if he get rebellious? Would you? Would you do it?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would.
Wow.
The Most High was to come to you and ask you to off your loved ones. Would you do it, brother?
If I had made the mistake, if I didn't have ancestors inside of me and I made the mistake to make babies with outside nations, and then I heard the download from my ancestors saying that you need to put them away, yes, I will put them away. Yes, I will put them away.
Yes, I will put them away.
Okay, Judah Nazareth, if the Most High come to you and say, I want you to put down your family, I have a better movement for you that I need you to do, would you do it?
Sick, boy. These cats is sick. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I got my bruh Cosmine Cal, the cloud kicker, the Raphael of the Turtle Gang, the no nonsense faithist that ain't here playing with you. You dig? I'm your little brother Malaki Macabee, the Mikey of the Turtle Gang. 4 horsemen stand up. Credit gang is in the building. Cosmine crew, talk to us, brother. What's going on? Charles, you probably made a run or something. But look, y'all peep the title. Creative Game calls out Naga and their electromagnetic god. Yeah, for y'all don't know, our brother Prince Judah Vaughn. Salute to our brother. Y'all go over there, like, subscribe, share. He had a presentation that he did the other day on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Shout out to the homie DMG. Shout out to the homie DMG, man. My brother Judah Vaughn did his thing. You know, he thoroughly explained what it is, even though his internet was kind of choppy or whatever. Right behind that, Cosmine Kruger jumps on her and he explains it even more in detail. You feel me? These brothers did an excellent job of just letting it be known, like, look, there's a difference between the creator and a god. easy money. This ain't nothing that, you know, this ain't hard, is what I'm trying to say. Our little children understand this. You dig? So once the brothers explain themselves, then I guess the floodgates was opened up and everybody jumped on there. And they look, these mumble mouth misfits were acting like they didn't hear nothing my brothers had just said. Nothing. Cosmo and Crew would talk to me, bro.
Oh man, love, light, balance, bro. What's the word, Jelly Bird? Keep cooking.
Man, you already know what time it is, man. I wanted to, you know, just look, I ain't like the way them cats came off the other night. You know what I mean? It kind of rubbed me the wrong way, as if bros didn't explain to them exactly what it is. Crystal clear.
Right. And notice nobody addressed what the what Chris had even brought out. He brought it out. Nobody addressed what he said. They just went on their own cognitive dissonance. And if you notice, their main question was, who is God a man? Now, he sat there and explained to y'all through the whole lesson that man is, or God is, a one-time living, breathing man. So to come back up there and ask again, doubles down and shows your level of cognitive dissonance to ask the question, is God a man? When the whole lesson is God is a one-time living, breathing man. So they got up there mealy mouth mumbling. You dig what I'm talking about? Talking about nothing. And then the so-called mediator, he came in. He was so confused. He was doubling down on the cognitive dissonance and the ignorance, regurgitating things that he thought he heard, to where he had to clean it up in the end of the day and say, oh, when we saying God, we saying the creator, but we're not. And that's the whole point, idiot.
Yeah, real speed.
We're not. So stop trying to dumb us down when we're telling you there is a difference between the God and the God maker. Right?
I find it hard though. I was listening, and I find it it's wild to me that brothers can explain it very clear. It's not hard to understand. It did. And I'm starting to think the reason most can't grasp it is because they can't grasp it. Not even because they don't want to. They're not vibrating at the proper frequency to understand that. Yeah, because, bro. My 8 and 6 year old. They had a conversation with them, dropping them off at school the other day. And my baby girl asked me, she said, Abba, so she was like, where is the creator? I say, baby, the creator's everywhere. Inside you, outside of you, above you, in the trees, the water. Creator's everywhere. Nor is there any space and place that don't contain. And she was like,
that makes sense.
She was like, explain to me more. I said, well, look, baby, just to make it make sense, you know, you just left your grandmama and them in the Midwest, right? You're like, yeah. I said, was you breathing? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, well, you back where you live at right now, 1,500 miles away. Are you still breathing? She was like, yeah. I said, what are you breathing in? She was like, the air. I said, yeah, they call it oxygen. Baby, everywhere on this earth, oxygen is prevalent. So it don't matter where you at, the same oxygen you breathing is the same air oxygen somebody else breathing in Africa, Europe, or whatever. She said, oh, okay, it makes sense. I said, let me ask you something. What does oxygen look like? Do we got an afro? Do we got a kneecap? Huh? Do we got a 6-pack and some abs? Is it a man? Is it a woman? My baby girl was like, I don't know what oxygen looks like. I said, exactly, baby. You understand? The creator gave us an example as close as we can relate to right here on earth, in oxygen being ever present on earth.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's everywhere, and yet it's unseen. It's not in the form and figure of a man, woman, angel, or animal. She was like, ooh, that makes sense. 7 years old? No, 8 years old. About to be 9 in a couple weeks. So my 6-year-old was my son, Hezekiah the Hammer. He in the back seat, right? So he like, woo. He like, well, look, well, is it just this earth, or Is it more worlds? I said, what, y'all want to see some more of the creator's creation right now? They like, yes. Bro, I pull up the James Webb telescope and show them all them spiraling galaxies with balls of fire in the middle of them. I said, you see all these suns right here? I said, these are just a few of the creator's countless worlds. They over there amazed, Cal. They're like, whoa.
Yeah, because they get it.
Yeah. So then my baby girl say, woo, I know the creator got to be tired taking care of managing all that. But I said, nah, baby, that's a false god. The creator don't get tired. He's his own rest and unrest and the master of all weariness, beyond the comprehension of mortals and angels. She said, oh. You feel me? But they get it though. So y'all, if my short-legged children can get this, there's no reason, shape, form, or fashion nobody else can.
It is the reason that they can't. Because remember, God said, or Creator said, this ain't really a thing of intelligence. This is a thing of the seed. Everybody is to the point, or they have the ability to understand this. It's just, can you? Right. And many of them are not. They aren't higher than their shoelaces, and yet, are claiming to be these spiritual gurus, but don't understand spirit and fact. So they come with these wild variant twistings of things when it's right there in front of you. Nobody is asking you to believe it. We're asking you to debunk it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's one thing you can't do. We didn't try. Man, look, I've tried to debunk this.
Yeah, me too. I don't believe OSB.
Tried to. Like, man, hold on.
I ain't believe OSB not a bit.
Yeah, I tried to debunk it. Like, man, nah. Impossible. Something hitting harder than Byron. Impossible. Man, look, let me tell y'all something. So what I'm about to do, Carol, is play a little bit of the dialogue y'all had before them cats jumped on there and got to acting crazy, because I thought I heard one of them say God is light and it ain't got nothing to do with morality. Do you remember him saying that? I thought I heard one of them say that it ain't got nothing to do with no type of morality or nothing. So if that's the case, you can have your way with two greased up midgets and just go do you some loin jihad if you want to. It don't matter. God is light. You see? So man, I'm about to play some of this. Y'all tap in and y'all gonna see our brothers explain themselves very thoroughly, man. Very, very thoroughly. Let's cook.
So the creator is adorable above all things. Oh yeah. Oh snap! Y'all done brought the cloud kicker up here. Ooh.
Hey,
salute, big brother. Macabee, man, love you, big bro.
Salute,
yeah,
King. Hey, if you want to send that to CosmonCalTV@gmail, right? And I'll share the link with the brothers so you can show what you're saying, and I'll just go down as you read. Because it may cause a little confusion with what you're trying to show something and they can't see it.
Right. Exactly. And that's not what we need to be doing. We need to be able to show, improve.
That way y'all can finish up strong. Appreciate everybody that's on the channel. DMG, I see you watching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, CosmonCal.
Hey, Cos.
TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Lou, I see you in the chat, Lou. I see you in the chat.
Hey, whoever that brother is gotta be from Baltimore, boy. Y'all heard the way he talk? Lou, I'm here to prove. That brother
from B-More.
Gotta be from B-More, boy.
Definitely from B-More.
Okay, yeah, he gotta be. I knew my ears wasn't playing with B-Boy. I know a Baltimore accent when I hear one.
Boy, they got their own little language out there.
Yeah. I'm in a preview.
TV at Gmail.
Yep, CosmoCalTV@gmail.com.
Hey, Laurel, I see you. I can see you ready to get up here.
Man, they try to come up here and start rah, man. I already know. All right, hold on. Cosmo Cal.
Boy, these boys are idolaters. You dig what I'm talking about? They pray.
Come on, man. We trying to get to that level. We trying to get to
that. It's crazy, man.
I'm gonna just say I'm happy to see y'all on here because y'all come requested, bruh. A couple of people been requesting y'all. I'm surprised that they put me on for this, but I'm happy to see that y'all back so y'all can make y'all statement, say what y'all need to say. And I know y'all don't duck smoke. I know y'all don't duck smoke, so you know.
But the only thing, see the thing, yeah, I'm getting to it. My computer moving a little slow, but I was loading up. But yeah, so yeah, let me let this thing load.
Prince Judah. We gotta, you gotta have an ether cord or something. We gotta make sure wherever you at, your internet access is hitting on all cylinders.
Yep, go spend that little $15 to get you that ether cord.
Yeah, go ahead and get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, spend that little $15, get that little yellow cord.
Yeah, I mean, get that cracking because when we have our people have short attention spans. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure everything is firing on all cylinders when we doing presentations, debates, all that. You know what I mean? Because the odds is already stacked against us, and which, you know what I mean, we kind of like that. It's all good. But our presentations and everything got to be thorough across the board. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get you an ether cord. We need that. You feel me? And that way, next time we just roll. It don't even matter what the hell going on. Bang, bang, bang. You just light bombing the whole thing, bro. The whole thing. You feel me? All right, let's cook. Watch this.
I just got it right now. Your debate on archangel spirits of dead men. I just got that right now.
Go forward.
Leaders in the gang. It's just we all studying and growing together.
I didn't know I sent him that. I sent him something else, right? That can't prove itself out. The fact is, if you must believe in your God, it's fake. Your creator should be able to prove itself objectively every day, every second. Right? Creator is not about belief. There's no believing in it. Right? And the thing is, most people have been duped into believing this thing that has been seen. Right? Moses talked with him face to face. Abraham talked with him face to face. Jacob beat him up.
Cal.
Yeah.
Explain to everybody what you mean about if you have to believe. Like, explain to everybody the difference between knowing something and believing it. Because
there's a huge
that goes over everybody's head when you just throw belief out there and then don't swing back and be like, look, I'm talking about there's a difference between knowing or having a knowledge of something versus believing it. Break that down for us, Al.
Yeah, and it's based on the lines of objectivity and subjectivity. A belief is subjective. It's not real. It's based on emotion, right? Objective things can't be argued with. They're just there, right? So there is no. So if you in any way need any amount of belief, which means your creator or your God is not proving itself objectively to you every second of the day, right? So the fact that you would need belief and you're not, because see, knowledge is born by experience, right? You have to experience a thing to gain objective knowledge, right? Beliefs aren't earned, or they can't be proven objectively, right? Subjectively. So you got to be able to go and actually prove what you're saying. And that would take all belief. Because see, what you got to understand is you can't know and believe a thing at the same time.
Exactly. Like for example, and look, and that's what I love about what we do, because it's real easy to explain, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that's your baby, or you believe that's your baby. You know that's your mama, or you believe that's your mama.
Right.
See, it hit different when you put the know in place of the belief, right? And then also, you can't spell belief without spelling lie.
Mm.
Lie is in there. B-E-L-I-E-F.
Mm-hmm.
So if you believe in something, you understand, instead of having the absolute knowledge of something, then you've been duped. That's what my bro be trying to say to y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all believe this, y'all believe in that book, and then Cal say, I don't believe Owasp.
I don't believe nothing.
So then people start getting short-circuited. Oh, nigga, why you talking to us if you don't believe it? Like, y'all don't even understand what this is about, man.
Yeah, this ain't about belief. This is why they tell you knowledge is power. Not belief is power. The opposite of that.
Watch this.
Isaiah, Ezekiel seen thee. John seen thee. And he was all in the form and figure of a man. Huh? Yeah, that's because they didn't tell us the ranks of angels, right? They don't know God is a position, a title, a rank, a job that is earned. Yeah. So God is no more than a regional Walmart manager. He runs the heavens, the earth. He runs the earth and the heavens attached to it. It's no different than a Walmart. So you dig what I'm saying? We got the only book in the world, and let's just understand it. Y'all don't got a better idea. As a matter of fact, we start at 1, bro.
Okay, I'll start at 1.
They don't got this. They ain't got nowhere to be. They ain't got nothing else to do. They don't know who they God is. They praising any old thing, atoms and photons and neutrons. They all everywhere. So just hit them in the head with it. They don't have a better idea. Let's go.
All right, let's get it, man. All right, these are the words from the organic heaven. Hear the words of your God, oh man. I'm your brother, risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven. Profit in my wisdom and be admonished by my love. For as I am your elder brother, so shall it be with you, sir. Ma'am, to rise also when time to come and look back to mortals and call them to the exalted heavens, not the low heavens, the exalted heavens of the Almighty. God say to Jehovah, all adoration and glory forever. Amen. God said all life and motion and power and things seen and unseen are by and through the Creator, not me. He didn't say through me. He said, neither is there an angel, because you know God is an angel. There ain't no other angel in heaven so high.
Look, so God is in the book of discipline praising the Creator. The topic of my brother's presentation is God reveals who he is. There's a difference. There's a difference that most people don't know, ain't even considered. Right? He just read that, and that just said all life, all motion, all power, all things seen and unseen or by and through him. And then before that, God gave praise to the Creator. So God and the Creator can't be the same thing. Can't be. You feel me? And bro, if y'all was reading and listening to what my brothers were saying, you wouldn't have got on there afterwards and started acting crazy the way y'all did. But that's all right. We calling y'all to the flow. We calling y'all to the flow. What's the name of y'all boys? Naga or not? Y'all wasn't even on my radar. I've never even heard of you cats before. Huh? But y'all on the gang radar now. All right. Well, look, we call y'all to the flow. You understand what I'm saying? We call y'all out. What you mean? Who is the creator? You dig? And it's the creator, the electromagnetic spectrum. Man, y'all better not take that debate. We are going to embarrass.
Now, the funny part is, I met these cats in one of JJ chats. I embarrassed them in the chat. They can't get past the simple questions. They ideology, first of all, they're trying to say what we bring in is religious and mixed up, blah, 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 blah. Your whole ideology of what a God is religious. And let's just get this. God is light is a belief, right? It's metaphorical. And then on top of that, it's theological and metaphorical. Ain't none of it real. And when you create a metaphor, you're trying to apply things that are not related to each other. We know in reality, God and light is something different than each other. One created the other. Even in your religious, ideological, biblical point of view. Genesis 1:3 said, God said, let there be light. Showing that, and then he saw it outside of himself. Showing that God creates light. He is not light. Even using your skewed view of God being the creator, when Owaspi tells us anybody who think God is the creator, this nigga sitting in the sky with form and figure, is a nigga in darkness. I've been on y'all head. I've been on y'all head. I addressed this months ago. This is why I had a video. Y'all went quiet.
That's why, okay, that's why you had that video about the idiotic fallacy of believing God is light. Or the
this is why DMG made the whole chat in the first place.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Right? Because it was supposed to be for us getting with these Naga dudes, right? I just got simple questions. You dig what I'm talking about? Prove us God makes anything, and then prove to us that your light makes living beings. I got some simple questions.
Simple. Look, questions you can't answer.
Simple.
Yeah, questions you can't even answer.
Yeah. They try to. It's sort of a illogical fallacy because yes, objectively and truthfully, light is the electromagnetic spectrum. There's no debate in that, right? We're not debating that. Light is one part of the electromagnetic spectrum. We're not even debating it, right? But when you take the subjective doofy leap off the cliff and trying to say light is then God, and you can't define God, right? Except for other than force and power, which are effects of mass material in motion. Nigga, well, then motion is light's God. And then I got simple questions. Nothing can create the creator. Something always must create light. Yeah. Light always has a source that produces it. Huh? It's not the producer, it's the produced. Oh yeah. We gonna punch all on y'all boys.
And y'all better not. Y'all take this debate. We gonna bury
punch all on y'all boys.
We gonna park you misfits and handicap. You bet not come outside and try to do a team.
I'm a clown on you. Because really, we gotta and I said this before, we gotta remember these boys was in school in the 2000s.
Let's listen to some more of this, Cap. And they don't even know. See, you know what's crazy? They don't even know that we've been talking about the electromagnetic spectrum for years.
And they don't know what they don't know. God is light has already been debunked. They're just new niggas, right? Spitting this old debunked jargon to more new niggas.
Yeah, man.
Ignorant, the blind leading the lost.
Exactly, man.
You dig what I'm talking about? So they
already
regurgitating the doctrine that can't be proved scientifically and always has been debunked and is theological and metaphorical at best. Nigga, take that shit and rub it up and shove it up your ass with the Bible. Nigga, because your whole idea of what a God is come from it. So don't turn around and tell nobody they religiously mixing up some Abraham. Nigga, you don't have another idea outside of what the Bible tell you a God is. Huh? And then if you can produce your God, if your God can be seen, if it can be measured, nigga, your God is false. And guess what? Every bit of those things we can do to like God's mine. Produce your God. I'm your God's God. I'll use that ignorant God is creator against you. That's what they don't see. You can't get around this. Huh? We've been itching to beat you up on this. Come outside and let's debunk this old stuff that's already been debunked. We're going to debunk it their way, and then we're going to debunk it our way.
Exactly. Easy money, man.
Easy work. Y'all, easy work. Your whole crew. It's already been debunked.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. I'm gonna pull C-Lot video up in a minute too. C-Lot got an actual video where he talk about the building blocks of creation. That's what I'm saying. We've been talking about this. Here y'all come this sliding up out of nowhere, trying to make an argument like y'all making some type of point. Like, bro, listen to me. And then you're not really defining that light. That's what I found crazy, Carol. They're not really defining that light. They're not defining it. So if you're just saying God is light, what kind of light is you talking about?
What kind of God is you talking about?
Saying that you're not even saying that God is the source of light. You're just saying God.
Right.
All right. And then so that leads people to say, well, what kind of light? Moonlight, sunlight, candle light?
Well, I can say this then. I'm saying gamma rays, which are stronger than visible light, is your God's God. Disprove. If you want to get into the simple BS, I can make it up too.
Right.
If God is light, I got a stronger God called gamma ray. It's part of the electromagnetic spectrum too. You was talking about visible light, stuff that we can see. I'm talking about stuff we can't see. I'm saying that's your God's God. And then guess what? I got a God for that God. It's called motion. Huh? You can't have no light. You can't have no energy. Can't have no force. Can't have no charge without motion first. Okay, show us where your light creates motion.
Look at this word, Cal. You see this on the screen? Yeah. We got receipts. That nigga talking about sciencenotes.org. Electromagnetic spectrum definition and explanation. Hold on, my computer tripping a little taste. Y'all can see that though, right?
Yeah, you see it real good.
No, what it say? It say the electromagnetic spectrum is the range of all frequencies. Is the range of all frequencies of electromagnetic radiation. And this is who they call the creator. This is creation in motion. This is not the creator. What like who or what gave it motion? Look at this. And it goes how it penetrates the Earth's atmosphere. Then you got your types. You got your radiation type wavelength, radio, microwave, infrared. Then you got your visible light, which is like from 300, 700 nanometers. Then you got your ultraviolet, you got your X-ray, and then you got your gamma ray. That's what Cal was just talking about. This is what these Negroes are saying is the creator. These range of electromagnetic frequencies and radiation. In essence, you're saying radiation is the creator.
Crazy.
You got your frequencies right there. You got your temperature of objects. Y'all, this is creation in motion. This is not the creator.
Now, is it just the spectrum, the electromagnetic spectrum that's the God? Or is it the electromagnetic field that's the God? Or is it the electromagnetic radiation that's the actual God? Right? And then because they're not the same thing, even though they're essentially tied to each other, they're not the same thing. Which one of those are the God? The field, the ray, or the spectrum? And then remember, their God only moves in one direction, right? They're expressing their God in motion, outwards from a source. Okay, well, explain to us how your God got in the source. You can explain how it reacts on matter that's already there that it didn't create, right? First of all, your God must create the matter prior to light also. But light doesn't create prior matter and can exist without matter around it.
Watch this, Cal. It's the electromagnetic spectrum is the range of all possible frequencies of electromagnetic radiation. It provides a way of categorizing the vast array of electromagnetic waves that occur in the universe, from the lowest frequencies used for radio communication to the highest frequencies that ionize atoms. Hold on, man. Understanding the electromagnetic spectrum is crucial for numerous technological advancements and provides the foundation for fields such as radio technology, medicine, astronomy, and even our understanding of the fundamental nature of the universe. What is the electromagnetic spectrum? The electromagnetic spectrum is the continuous spectrum of electromagnetic radiation.
So y'all notice that the spectrum and the radiation are not even in sense the same thing.
Right. Look what it covers. It covers an enormous frequency range from about 1 hertz at the extreme low end to over 10 to the 25th power hertz at the high end, with no gaps in the frequency range. Electromagnetic radiation refers to the waves of the electromagnetic field propagating through space and carrying electromagnetic radiant energy. It includes radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. Electromagnetic radiation exhibits both wave-like and particle-like behavior. Parameters such as frequency and wavelength describes its wave-like behavior, but it is also a stream of photons. Cal, explain to us what a photon is.
A photon is the precursor of light. Right? It's the it's photons are physical, but not in the classical sense, right? It's photons are like fundamental particles of the electromagnetic field, right? And that they don't have mass. They just interact with matter, and they actually have no charge. So one thing that they get out is, mind you, you can't have light without motion. So I asked him what creates the initial motion. He said charge. I want y'all to understand that photons have no charge. Right? They're neutral. They're not positive or negative. They're just neutral. They have no electric charge whatsoever.
Wow. Really? Now look
Right.
at this. It say, but it's also a stream of photons, with each photon carrying a discrete amount of energy proportional to its frequency. And this is, look, y'all, the electromagnetic spectrum, electromagnetism, radio. This is what these Negroes are saying is the creator.
Radio waves, microwaves, infrared. They saying this is the creator. But how is it? How is that possible? Do you know if you allow gamma rays and X-rays and ultraviolet radiation to touch onto the planet, it kills everything? See, we got it. If you're gonna judge your God, you got to judge your God by his character.
That's right. And behavior.
And his behavior. The behavior of light, from instance, it ages and tears down everything. Yes, it is a power source, but it wears the physical substance out over time. You put a black shirt outside over a amount of time, it come back, it's dingy. Why? It has lost vortexia, right? Through weathering and light. Even if you could keep it away from the water, right? The light would wear it out, right? So light, acidentically or built in by nature, destroys because it is a positive force, right? So even when plants, this is why plants got to be totally different than humans. The sun ages us, right? But it's used as a source for them to grow. See what I'm saying? We opposites.
Yeah.
So you got to have a whole type of different system to make the sun work for you. You dig what I'm saying? So so my thing is, if you look on this list, right, like there's roughly about 1,000 nanometers, they say, right? And in between the 350 to 700 nanometers is what you have number 4 right there called visible light, right? And this number 4 is what they're saying is their God. They said he said God is light. Light is the electromagnetic spectrum or radiation. God is electromagnetic radiation because, right, visible light is just part of the spectrum, right? So light, which we can be perceived, would only be number 4, visible light, between 350 and 700 nanometers. What I'm saying is we control that light. We can turn it up. We can turn it down. We can filter it. We can monitor it. We can gauge it. We can make it stop and do what we want to, right? How could that be the creator of all things? If I can control and dominate and produce your creator, maybe you need to rethink your idea of what a creator is, right? Maybe you should rethink that. If a man can dominate your God, maybe you should rethink that. Right? I come in and just flick a switch and cut your God off. And then guess what? You got light, right? Which, you know, from inception tries to age and destroy and tear apart everything, right? Well, I got a stronger God than your God. It's called ozone. The O3, which cuts out the harmful UVA, UVB light. You dig what I'm talking about? And your killer God. Your killer, murderous God is the sun, right? Which is trying to kill it. Well, then my God is the life-giving air, ozone, that cuts out and weakens your God. And when it taps the atmosphere of where my God is, right? My God scatters your God into rays. Breaks it down into cycling vortexian spirals and scatters it. So who God is really stronger? Huh? The ozone God or God is light? Just adding it up, right? Can't be both ways, right? Y'all making definitive statements. Right? They making definitive statements. So ain't no two ways about this. I'm going to pigeonhole you to that God is the creator shit, right? Since you think God is the creator, I'm going to pigeonhole you to it. It's going to weigh you down like an anchor, just like the false gods. Man can't do this by yourself, man. It don't work. Not even gods can do this. They just give God too much credit. But why they give God too much credit is because they've been indoctrinated to believe that God is the creator. Religion gets you to praise a God outside of yourself, not realize that you turn into God. They hide that fact. They hide the fact that there ain't even a God today. What you talking about, Kama? Oh, yeah, ain't no God today. It ain't one. Literally, it's a goddess. Huh? Wondering why them prayers been a little late. You've been texting the wrong person. Yeah. We got a goddess. And they had one since 1848. Step your game up, man. You ain't been feeling this feminine energy, the whole feminine vibe, the little dog whooping the big dog. Guys that, you know, who ain't never run national championships before, they just winning them. Come on, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Even the females is running the rap game. Yeah. I got you, Malaki. Let me tap back in. Just tap back in. Let me see if I can share my screen. Or do he gotta share my screen? Right? Because we could just answer a simple question. You dig what I'm talking about? We could just answer these simple questions. What is a God? Right? I'm saying God don't make nothing. You got to prove God makes something. Since you saying light is God, and this God is, in a sense, the creator of all things, prove it. Show me how he did it. We ain't taking nobody's word at face value, not even your punk ass God. Huh? We ain't taking his word of it. Show me how. With what? Where? Huh? I get it. He said he created the heavens and the earth. How? Right? That authority we don't appeal to authority over here. We don't care what your God said. Prove it. Yeah, I can't share from this side. You dig what I'm saying? But let's just get into some of this a little bit. What is a God? Straight from a WASP standard edition. You dig what I'm talking about? We can just get back into. We have a dictionary for the words, right? Because there are words you might have never heard of before, and you want to know what they are, or you've heard them throughout history, but didn't know the source of the word, right? Or many people think the source for Abraham and Brahma and all them are from their texts. You do from Bible, or it's not true, right? There are texts and things that existed before. Right? What is God? God is an angel. Check. Right out the O. I ain't making up none of this. God is an angel in rank next above a Lord and next below Orion Chief. That's deep. There is somebody higher than true God. We talking about true God, not the false ones. There, notice, gang don't say that there ain't no God. We're not saying that there ain't one. We just saying it's you. See the difference? Religion gets you to praise something outside of yourself. We telling you the God is you. This is why in this world you have free will and only your choices matter. This is why they need a doctrine and an ideology to tell you which way to think. And they must have it fear-based. Why? Because you know what you're not doing when you're in fear? You're not thinking logically. This is why you got to burn in hell if you don't listen. Because God is an angel. An angel is a one-time living, breathing man. When you die, you become an angel. Right? People use the word spirit, but they use it wrong. Because when you say spirit, yeah, a fish got a spirit. Right? That don't mean man become a fish. Right? They use angel and spirit, like they're congruent with each other, but it's not in fact true. Right? Because see, spirit don't even denote if it's a man or a woman spirit. This is why people think that when you go to heaven, you stop being a man or you stop being a woman. This is the weird part, right? God is an angel who is above the rank of Lord and below the rank of Orion Chief. Where does even the word chief come from? It's a rank of an angel. God is one who is sufficiently wise and powerful to take charge of a planet and its atmosphere in heavens. Where are the heavens? In the atmosphere. This ain't spooky. Huh? The atmosphere is nonetheless physical. It's just unseen. You can't see air. You can see what's caught up in air, but you can't see the air. So that's where they saying these quote unquote angels go. Right? That there are heavens attached in our atmosphere. Note, as above, so below. Same stuff. Right above and next to, you got a building on earth. It's a building right above it in the heaven. Same thing on the lower level. Then it's a middle level. Then it's a third level. Then you out of here. Right? God has an assistant to the throne called Lord God. Why? Because Lord God fills both spots. He can do the work of a Lord and do the work of a God. Notice that there's system and order. The Orion Chief tells the God what to do. The God tells the Lord God. The Lord God tells the Lord. Right? The Lord tells the Ashar, or what we call guardian angels. There's system and order. Right? So God's assistant to the throne is called Lord God. Sub-gods like Lord and Lord God are those who have charge over plateaus or heavens, but they still work under the reigning god or goddess of that time. Mind you, Owaspy clearly states that the highest angelic being that ever touched this planet was a female. Let me see. They ain't got her in here. Let me see. Her name is Piatisi. Yep. Highest angelic being that ever touched this planet is one. Right? And as always, in Owaspy, you dig what I'm talking about. These answers to stuff come real fast and quick. You dig what I'm talking about? Book of Safar 35 AA say, who is God? Simple. Who is God? Right? Who is God? God is a spirit, right? With a heavenly throne. Listen, believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. They just said that they God, right? Which they say is light, what is produced by something, right? But remember, their idea of what a God is, right, comes directly out of the Bible. Familiar spirits call themselves gods, and they also come with ideals, right? Low demonic spirits come with whole ideals like God is light, right? Because if I can get you to praise a photon, hell, what's the next step? You're going to praise the sun. Got you. I got you. Whatever I can get you to bind to, except the creator, what you're bound to here, you're bound to there. But you dig what I'm talking about? Let's just get to the fact that your whole idea is a metaphor. You comparing two things that's unrelated to each other. It's only through religion that God is related to light. Nigga, spooky niggas, I'm saying you just as much as in belief as anybody. Right? The fact that, and see, they think if you can bring your God, your creator, right, into physical and make him manifest, right, that makes him creator. No, that proves he's not. The creator is not in form of anything physical or a man. Right? So the fact that you asking us to make the creator proof up, or you since you think light is your God and you can control it, right? It's in a sense another form of man worship, because you're going to turn around and worship yourself as the master of light. They're not capable of comprehending the deeper level of the dumb shit that they're even doing. Huh? It would be smarter if you said God is as light. Right? It would be smarter. It would be smarter to say that. Not to make a definitive claim like God is light. Right? Because you're using a theological point of view metaphorically. Nigga, you already lost. You can't prove the metaphor or the theology. Because you're going to have to go back into somebody's religion about what somebody told you that you can't prove objectively. That's the difference between Owaspy and Bible. Ain't nobody telling us what to do. See, they don't know OWASP come with new information. So guess what OWASP got to do? It got to give us a way to prove that information. We don't believe this. Huh? We don't believe OWASP, not a lick of it. We prove it. This is why we rock with it. Because it's proven itself objectively. Right? Ain't got nothing to do with belief. Nothing. Like I told him in the first place, if you got to believe in your God fake. Yeah, they didn't take, yeah, Jax. Religion took out the fact that there are ranks of angels. That when you die, you progress through angelic learning, just like school. Right? From kindergarten to kindergarten, the first grade, the second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. After you graduate fifth grade, you take on a new title. Right? You stop being an elementary student, right? In fifth grade, and in sixth grade, because of the knowledge you gained, you earned a new title called a middle schooler. Correct? After you've mastered 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, right? You've earned another title, right? And you're no longer a middle schooler. You're a high schooler, right? It's the same thing in the heavens, as above, so below. After you, and once you mastered 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, you graduate and earn another level, right? Where you can enter into the higher universities. You become a scholar, right? Same thing happens in the heavens. When you birthed into the heavens, you don't know anything. You start at beginning garden. That's called an essene, right? You learn for some years to how to function through 1st and 2nd grade, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade. Same thing. After you get out of 5th grade, you earn a title called Lord, right? After you graduated in the 6th grade or 6th spirit school or whatever, however you want to say it, I'm just making a correlation. You gain another title. After you graduate 6th, 7th, 8th, you gain another title, Lord God. Why? Because you are able to function in the elementary and the middle school level. So those are open to you, Lord and God. Right? After you pass the higher school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, and enter into the higher universities, you take on another title of God. Go on to higher learning. Right? Same thing above as below. It's not spooky. Right? It's just the religions, modern day religions, took this understanding out to dumb down man. So you would praise a God instead of the God maker. Because if and then they drop hints all over the world. Jesus told you, the things I do, you can do and even greater. Well, how is that, Jeebus? You are the Son of God. Wait a minute. If you're the Son of God, and I can do what you do and even greater, well, then I must be what you are. Well, the Son and God, if I'm the Son of God, that means my parents are, well, we know they're men, so we can't pray. Oh, they're talking about the Creator. You're the son of the Creator, just like I am. This is why you can do the things that he do. Oh, it's not spooky. It's not magic. Huh? It's not religious. It's understanding. This is why it gives you power. Yeah, we in kindergarten right now, bro. This is why these niggas out here emotional. You dig what I'm talking about, dog? I don't like it. You dig what I'm talking about? And to kill you about something they don't like. You dig what I'm talking about? About their subjective emotional feelings about a thing. Ain't that how kindergartners and first graders act? Those are my crayons. Yeah. There are more people below the grades than there are above them. Y'all want to hear something real sad? Y'all want to hear something real sad? Most dogs, right? Most dogs have a higher grade than most people. The dog is the most empathetic animal in the world, right? It's the most empathetic animal. It's the most knowing, right? It's the only one who won't naturally harm, hurt, or kill you naturally. As a matter of fact, will lay down his life and die for you. I'm saying most dogs, right, have a higher spirit rate than most people. Why? Because they're more empathetic than most people. And a dog is about the highest empathetic rate you can get. It's like 10. It's like 10 out of 100. Or 0 out of 99. It's like 9, 10. You dig what I'm talking about? A good dog will be around that. You dig what I'm talking about? Most people are below grade 10. I'm talking about the majority of people. I would say 80%. 75% of people are below empathetically the spiritual rate of a dog. Let that sink in a second. Let that sink in a second. You know what I mean? Cuz must be rebooting that thing. You did what I'm talking about. But, you know, as we were saying, Book of Safar, who is God? Right? You can't just say God is the creator, nigga. You got to prove that. Right? You made a claim that we agree with. Light is part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Yes. But when you make the illogical jump to light is God, you got to prove that. And then remember, you're saying God creates. Show it. So it's light creates. Especially anything alive. First of all, you got to show us light has intelligence. Because to create anything, to be a God, you must be intelligent. Show us light has intelligence. Huh? Or is light just an effect? A production can be produced and be modulated and affected as I feel like it. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. You know you can control light. Put on some shades right now. I bet you light dim. So did that mean you dimmed this God's light? Yes. Objectively. That can't be the creator. Right? I don't think I'm up on this side right now. Yeah, there's a whole spiritual rate to this thing, man. I know it sounds crazy, man, but have you seen a bunch of empathetic people out here in the majority? No. No, you haven't. You dig what I'm saying?
No, you're in that.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz must have had to reboot the whole thing, man. Shout out. Let me get some shout outs. Who up in this thing? Jax, Yaffa, James the Just up in here. This Jeebus brother. James the Just, that's Yeshua brother. Yeah, Maui up in here. Lion of Yah, Sela Shilly. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to my brother Bloodthirst up in here. You dig what I'm talking about? It's my dog and brother. Shout out Bloodthirst. Everybody seeking this knowledge though. Right? It cross every form and type of knowledge because it's all one. Sooner you figure that out, the sooner whatever you doing gets better. Comfort. Hey, hush it. Comfort for my soul. RBG, Lone Wolf up in here. Julie Ray, Copper Color Draco, Dreadful Cosmo, Bishop X, what up, dog? Prince Judavon up in this thing. Johnny James up in this thing. Gangers up in here. Deep Daryl Cosmonian up in here. You dig what I'm talking about? Abriya up in here. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out my sister Tabitha. What she say? What these God religious folks online, we were food just like them. So Jesus, God, Christ, and Savior. Right. My sister Tabitha says, what these God religious folks don't realize is we were food just like them. Facts. So we knew Jesus, God, Christ, and Savior. We once served them cats too. Yeah. This is what we saying, y'all. We saying the grass is greener on the other side. But you got to be strong enough, have enough spiritual fortitude to stand on the wall and look. Right? No, on the other side is not a pit, a flame, a pit of hell. Right? It's freeing. Right? It's liberation. Right? It's emancipation. It's organization. Right? It's the flow. And that's what Judge I got. He's not coming here to take your God. He's coming to give you something higher. Huh? Right? You can keep them your tattered religion. But then what? What come next? Hush. Yeah. Just waiting on bro to come back in, man. You dig what I'm saying? I can't share my screen. He got to share it because I'm on his side. You dig what I'm talking about? Nazarene is saying up in here. T Brew up in here. What's the word, Jelly Birds? Jordan, what's going on? Right? Jordan, what up? You said opinion on Buddhism. It's all a stepping stone to try to get to the creator, but Buddhism, the worship of Buddha, is a false ideology pushed by one of the triune heads of religion, Kabbalactus, aka Buddha, which means the most high knowledge or most high. Who else up in here? Hezekiah the Nazarene. Salute to the Nazarenes in the scenes, man. Salute to everybody out there. You dig what I'm talking about? CGG. It's definitely in the house, man. All right, there we go. We back. Over there feeding his whiskers. You dig what I'm talking about? Come back.
Boy, man, it took so long to give me something to eat, boy. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. Tone the Lonely One. Hey, man. Shout out Tone and Prince Judavon, boy. They in the same city.
Is it?
Yeah, so they didn't bump into each other today, man. It's always a good day when the faiths get together. You dig what I'm saying?
Tell me about it.
That's right. Nazarene the scene, faith is. You dig what I'm talking about? Charles Israel, what up, though? You dig what I'm talking about?
Salute.
The lonely one. What's up? What up? What up? Global Purpose up in this thing. Soul Builder 888 Bezel. What up, Biz?
Man, my frozen was freezing like a mud. I'm like, oh no. All right, let me Cal, let me show this, and then I'm gonna show your screen too. Let me show this real quick.
Yeah, I just read it to him. So go ahead. And,
I was listening, bro. Yeah, man, look, you know what I mean? And look, the beautiful thing is it flow like water.
I ain't gotta stop. We gonna say the same thing.
Right.
That's the dope part. Now y'all gotta ask yourself, how do these 4 niggas from 4 parts of the world who don't know each other getting on here saying the exact same thing?
Man.
Yeah. And then how did Owaspi predict it? That's what you gotta explain.
Boy, make the hairs on your back stand up if you got a hairy back now. Here, let me show this. And just to let y'all know, we've been talking about what they talking about is their creator, light or God, right? We've been, look at this. This is a video from my bruh, Selah Shalom. Shout out to Selah Shalom, man. This is a video he did 9 to 10 years ago. So you cats ain't just popped up out of nowhere and, you know, oh, God is lightning, electromagnetism, and man, sit down somewhere. Watch this. I'm gonna play this for a little taste, and then we gonna and then Cal, what a lot of people don't realize is this: we got a whole book of lights.
Yeah, listen, man, I don't even talk to him no more.
We're gonna read some of that today. Go ahead, Cal. You saying something?
No. I said they don't even realize it. I'm done trying to tell them. Come on and get some smoke. Yeah, you don't want to sit down and you don't want to sit down and talk about it. I'll hit you over the head with it since you want some smoke. We're gonna see how much you really want, but I'm gonna tear you down with common sense, logic, axiom, facts, and figures, which can be actually shown to be light. Ooh, your God can't.
What he say? Opinion is not light.
Opinion. God is light is an opinion. It's a theological, metaphorical opinion.
Dang. All right, now watch this, y'all. And then we gonna get into some understanding. You feel me? And again, we calling you Naga boys to the flow. You did get in the dojo. You either gonna get in the ring or you gonna get under the wing.
And stop acting like you don't see me. I beat your homeboy up. Remember, they homeboy is the remember the guy I asked him, well, where's your grandmama? And he lost it. Israelite William.
Yeah, that's they people.
That's all they people.
Oh yeah, we got smoke for y'all.
Yeah. So we've been dusting y'all.
Yeah.
We've been dusting y'all, gonna keep dusting you too.
Yeah, we've been them punched on y'all. And then he a few rocks short of a collection anyway.
Yeah.
His elevator don't go all the way to the top. He kind of anyway, let me play this right here. Watch this, y'all.
Peace. This is your host, Selah Shalom. And this is the Cosmon Teachings in the words of Jehovah and his angel ambassadors from the Cosmon Bible Owaspi. And the topic of discussion today is called The Building Blocks of Creation, the Spiritual and Physical Connection. Now, in creation, all things have system and order, seasons and cycles. There are 3 fundamental factors that are very important in understanding creation. And these 3 fundamental factors are, first, the periodic table of elements, which is the physical makeup of creation. These are the material used in the building blocks of creation. Second is the pH scale, which represents the balance of life, the balance of nature, the balance between acid and alkaline. This is the original ma'at before the concept of ma'at existed
Boy, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to leave us alone because bruh telling you the original Ma'at is the pH scale. Balance between alkaline and acidosis. See, we already on high science over this way. Just showed you the periodic table of elements. All y'all learned that in school. You see? Watch this. Watch it.
In ancient Egypt, the concept of the pH balance existed first. Third is the electromagnetic spectrum, which represents...
Hold on. The third is the electromagnetic spectrum, and these millie-mouth Negroes are saying right here, between the 300 or the 400 and 700 nanometers, which is visible light on this spectrum, they're saying this is their God. Right here. But notice what's higher than it. You got ultraviolet. You got X-rays. You got gamma rays. This is their, when them Negroes tell you.
We got gas money, Ray. That's gas money.
That's gas money, Ray.
Yeah, talk about a light Ray. That's gas money, Ray.
Oh, girl, you can't just be out here just winging your answers. No. No. Trick no good. Trick no good. We put you boys on a chart to where everybody can see it. Yeah. So when y'all when you twist your mouth with that unmitigated gall, and when you say God, you claim you meaning creator. You're saying the creator is right here on a scale that he created. Y'all, the electromagnetic spectrum, the periodic table of elements, and the pH scale of balance are all creations. They're not the creator. It's what creation is made out of. These are the building blocks of creation, seen and unseen. See? Watch this. That's what I'm saying. Y'all barking up the right tree. Nigga, your God is right here.
Remember, I told you they said they God is just the visible light. That's the only light we see.
That's the only light you can see. Oh my God! You listen to me. It be see when you pull the charts out, it be all over but the shouting at that point. I don't talk about at that point. This is what y'all saying, and now everybody is watching, see it. Like, oh, that's what they saying. And then also, they also said, Cal, they said it ain't got nothing to do with no type of morality, no more. Their light don't got nothing to do with morality.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, you're right, because their light is not intelligent.
Exactly, bro. So that means this light they talking about, or this God they talking about, it don't matter. You can have your way with two greased up midgets in the bed.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can just, you can be as evil and dark as you want. You can harm folk out here.
Yeah.
You can take people's possessions, take their land, murder folk. You can do whatever the hell you want out here as long as you know that God is light.
Yep.
Because the light ain't attached to no type of behavior. See, we gonna get into the book of light over here in Owaski in a few, and you gonna see. You gonna see the difference between what they talking about and what we talking about. Because the creator is the source of all light, or the master light. They saying it's just visible light. So if it's visible light, that's moonlight, that's sunlight, that's candlelight with your bobo.
Well, but what they're not understanding is there are higher forms of light. So if I just told them, if this is your God, visible light, well, I'm saying gamma is stronger than your God. So wouldn't gamma be your God's God when it comes to light?
Boy. Hey, so that means your God is a little oak.
Your God, the little homie. He the one they send to the store. He the only one they see.
Hey, go make a stove run. Grab me.
Yeah, go make a stove run. Grab us some Swishers.
Yeah, Grab me some Don Julio.
And get us some white teas.
Yeah, go to the store and grab me some Don Julio, little joker.
Yeah. And bring my change back.
Hold on, boy. See, y'all gotta leave me alone with all this. The crack pipe logic, we ain't giving it no pass.
Nope.
We not giving the crack pipe logic no pass. This is the no-fly zone over this way. Watch this, Carol. Man, that's crazy. And so they saying visible light is only they God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they just killed themselves, man. They just killed themselves.
That's the vibration, speed, and frequency of all things in creation. Understanding these three fundamental factors, you will understand life and creation. Now, the building blocks of creation starts and ends with the gas, which is synonymous with spirit, which is the foundation of all creation. The process of creation starts with the gas state of existence. When this gas is put into motion, this motion is called vortexian current. It's vortexian currents that hold quarks and atoms together. Now, in the beginning, the motion of the vortex was the first step to the building blocks of creation, as stated in the book of Jehovah, chapter 1, verse 1. Verse 1, all was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spake, and motion was, and is, and ever shall be. And being positive was called he and him. The all motion was his speech. This motion referred here is the motion of the vortex. The vortex does not exist of itself. It has to be given a rotary in order for it to exist. Somebody has to start its revolving. And that somebody is the creator. The creator is the only one who can put into motion a vortex to create worlds, corporeally or etherically. So in the beginning, before the light was the vortex, because in order for light to be, it has to go through a process of manufacture for that light to be generated. And that light is generated by
Hold on. So your God was manufactured. Your God can be regulated, Naga.
Produced. In three-dimensional. You did what I'm talking about? Made to work.
Hey, man. Ooh. And then look, if I'm not mistaken, they still coming from a biblical perspective. So even look, you can't get to verse 3 of Genesis on the first page without it even showing in there light coming forth. Let there be light. I mean, light is not, even according to your paradigm or your breakdown, light is not the creator.
Right, God creates light. In the Christian theological paradigm, God creates light. He pre-exists it. Right? And they keep talking about light, this physical phenomenon, right? But in theological belief and religious ideology, God is not a physical phenomenon. So their whole ideal of self is oxymoronic, metaphorical, and theological. And this is why it only stands in a subjective point of view. Objectively, God is not light. Because you can't prove what God is. You can tell us, but you can't prove it. Right? Show us. Right? God creates something without help. Remember, your light must produce something without itself being produced. And then that thing that it produced must be living. Stop, y'all. Stop. I'll do this all day to you.
Boy, I'm over here snotting and laughing, boy.
I'll do this all day to you. In your own ideology, God ain't physical. So how is in light is a physical phenomenon. You gotta experience it.
Hey man, this sounds idiotic. This is what this sounds like, bro. There's no way, form, or fashion. Stop eating my food, little Joe. There's no way, form, or fashion. They can't believe this. You can't.
No, that's the problem. They believe it. They don't know anything.
Yeah, they don't know anything. Watch this.
Vortex. So before the light, in the beginning was the vortex.
Before the light was the vortex. Before the light, you ain't producing light without a vortex. You're not. See? And when it comes down to vortexian, invortexia, or any of that, when it comes down to any of that, you learning that from over this way. Nobody else talks about the vortex. Nobody else is talking about that.
And then let's double down on it again. That point before light, right? Remember, there still must be light comes from a source, right? We know the major source in our solar system for light is the sun. So they're talking at a point before the sun was made. But what is there before the sun? It's called a black hole. They are suns before the atmosphere starts producing light and becomes a photosphere. We on a whole nother level with the vortex and light itself.
Man, look. On every level though, because we can just use common sense and park these boys at handicap. But then if you really want to get technical with the science, listen to me. My bros will make y'all look lower than snail nuts, boy.
Yeah.
Like, don't make me get Daryl Cosmine on there.
Cause see, the point is we're not even debating if light is electromagnetism.
Right.
We're trying whichever one you're trying to say, the light, the ray, the spectrum. You dig what I'm talking about, whichever. But we're not debating that. You gotta show it's God.
It's the creator, because
it's creator.
Yeah, y'all ain't even defined God too.
Yeah,
we the ones telling you there's a difference between God's maker and God. That's us. You feel me? So in essence, because he said that the other day, okay, instead of saying God, I mean creator. Oh, really? Okay, well, you gotta come on home and show that the creator, is visible light, that he comes from, that the creator comes from something that's created. Light is a part of creation, just like a cockroach.
Hold on, but hold on, dunce cap. The whole lesson was about God being a man, and that it was not God. The man is not the creator of sun, moon, and stars. So then to turn around and try to tell us that God is the creator again, and we just go for your goofiness, shows really how cognitive dissonant and really how much you weren't listening.
They weren't there to listen, Cal. They wasn't there to listen and be edified. You feel me? They wasn't there to do that. And so that's why I got fired for these jokers. Y'all got my bros all the way messed up. Like, I don't even like the way they was trying to argue at the end, and then, you know what I mean? Because they got us talking in circles. And then they asking questions that young Prince and you already answered.
Their main question was God a man? The whole lesson was God is a man.
Bro, he straight told
me. That means you ain't listening to nothing he said.
Bro, he said it. Look, he got specific with him, Kyle. He said God is a one-time man.
Right.
A
one-time living, breathing man that came out of a living and breathing woman. This is what they not understanding. We don't praise nothing like that.
Watch this.
Your Jesus, your Buddha, your Brahma, your Abraham, none of it.
Watch this.
Now that we are clear on that, the first cause of creation is the vortex moved by the creator. The next thing to understand is the material used for creation and forming the vortex. And this is where the periodic table of elements come in at, because the periodic table of elements is the physical makeup of all creation. When we look at the DNA strand, we see a vortex, which holds in place the structure of the DNA. And they say DNA is the building block of life. And the minerals used to make up DNA is hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus. And these are the material used on the periodic table of elements to make up the building blocks of life in the formation of a vortex. So now, when the vortex is given a rotary and it begins to gather in the material, being the minerals that's expressed on the periodic table of elements, it begins to gather in these minerals in a gas state, creating the vortex, driving the minerals to the center of the vortex, producing a ball of fire. And this ball of fire is where your light is generated from. When it says, let there be light, it's when the minerals is congregated, amalgamated in the center of the vortex, producing warmth and heat, and then manifestation of light appears. That's the function of creation. That's the building blocks of creation. All planetary bodies, sun, moon, stars, or planets, starts off in this very essence. From the vortex gathering minerals to the center of the vortex, producing warmth and heat, producing light, a globe of fire, basically like a sun. And then from there, the steps to creating a suitable planet begins. See?
Oh, wait, oh, wait, oh, wait, oh, wait. That brother just broke down vortices and balls of fire in the middle of them. And man, look, let me show y'all something, man. See, you ain't gonna be thinking this stuff a game. You dig? James Webb Telescope. I just put it up 2 years ago. It replaced the Hubble, right? Man, look at all this, man. Look at all this. Spiraling galaxies. This is galaxy over here, NGC 4303. Vortex. In the middle of it, ball of fire. This is galaxy NGC 1566 up top. Spiraling vortex. So you can look in creation objectively right now and see the process of creation happening right now. Those that in denial call these fragments of the Big Bang. No, the creator is continually creating. He never stopped. Never stopped. You see? So what bruh just was showing, look, this video was 10 years ago. Let me go back to right here. This video was 10 years ago that bruh did. This before the James Webb Telescope even was put up, or was even put up. It was only put up like 2 years ago. But look at all these galaxies. And they all swirling, meaning vortexian energy. And in the middle of all of them are balls of fire.
And the crazy part is, Malik, these galaxies that we're seeing were in the dark parts where they thought there was nothing there.
Yeah, exactly.
They thought it was nothing there, but now they're able to see even clearer. There are more galaxies inside the space.
Man.
Let alone stars and all that.
Look at this. What bruh's saying.
Galaxies out there.
Here go one right here, y'all. Look at this. See that? And what bruh's saying is they pointed the James Webb Telescope into a space in a dark spot in space to where they thought was void. It was nothing. All these images came back. All these images came back. And look, spiraling again, vortex. And what's in the middle of it? A ball of fire.
Huh?
You can't make this stuff up, man. You know what I mean? If you want any evidence of creation, you did using the vortex. All you got to do is look up in the sky and go look at some galaxies. They got telescopes up now that's showing you. That's straight showing you how they.
I mean, you can ask simple questions. Creator said He is all motion. Now ask yourself: are all things in motion?
All things are in motion.
Just logic stuff. Just logic. He says, I am all. I'm all, was, is, and ever shall be. Right? So I'm all things. Right? So the proof that he is and all things exist is the proof that there is no such thing as nothing. The proof that all things is the proof that there is no such thing as nothing.
No such thing, okay. No such thing as nothing.
Right. Even in the space where they try to say is void, where there is no thing, there is something. Atoms, electrons, neutrons, photons. Right. And because remember, he said he's not only the stuff that was and is, he the stuff that's gonna be. Remember, they call that photon atom that's not being used, not being in motion, you can't see, can't be called force or electricity, right? They call it what? Potential energy. Right? But to have potential means you have a destined course to do something. Energy is mindless. Right? It'll light the house up so you can read and gain knowledge, but also if a baby stick its finger in that same light that's lighting the house up so you can gain knowledge, if a baby stick its finger in the socket, it'll kill it. It's mindless, it's numbless, it's not, it's unthinking, it's not living. So by that fact alone, it can't be God or the creator.
Now I see all these vortices that produce balls of light in the middle of them. Huh? Look at that.
Why they all spinning? He said he created vortex. First of all, you can't have light or any physical mass without motion. What creates the initial motion? Vortex, right? We just gonna get that out the way. Vortex creates the initial motion to then produce mass that can then produce light.
Right.
Yo, God is like the fifth nigga on the totem pole. Yo, God is in effect, in fact. Because I spin material, I can produce light.
Man, look at this right here. Let's get back to it. So we got evidence of creation with vortex. We got the evidence of the vortex in creation. All you gotta do is look up. All you gotta do is look up.
And if you don't believe us, look at Fibonacci. Look at the golden ratio. These are the things you can't deny. Why is everything spiraling? Well, look at your fingertips. Why are your thumbnails or your thumbprints spiraling?
Yeah.
You didn't even know that your daddy nut spiraled.
That's right. They used to call it back in the day screwing.
You're right, screwing. Didn't even know how right they was.
Yeah, they used to call it screwing. You thought the sperm just shoot straight. No, it turns like a corkscrew.
Right. Y'all thought it wiggled back and forth like a fish. No, it spun like a bullet.
Boy, you can't drop that dung out your rear end and flush the toilet without a vortex. What is you talking about?
You can't heat your food without a vortex. You can't light a blunt without the vortex.
Man, you can't jump in your car and drive. Your motor is a vortex motor.
You can't breathe without the vortex. Did you know when you breathe in, it creates a vortex under the air pocket under your between your lip? The air goes into your tubes, spiraling.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you know all things move in a spiral pattern? Have you ever tried to walk without the vortexian pattern? I bet you your legs are spiraling.
Watch this.
This is a system and function here, as stated in the book of Jehovah, chapter 3, verse 3 and 4. Verse 3. The whirlwind made I as a sign to man of the manner of my created worlds. As thou beholdest the power of the whirlwind gathering up the dust of the earth and driving it together, know that even so do I bring together the Aja, the Jaya, and the nebula in the firmament of heaven. And by the power of the whirlwind created I the corporeal sun, moon, and stars. And I commanded man to name the whirlwinds in the Etherian firmament, and he named them vortices and warps. According to their shape, named he them. By the power of rotation, swift driving forth in the extreme parts, condense I the atmospherian worlds that float in the firmament, and these become my corporeal worlds. In the midst of the vortices made I them, and by the power of the vortices I turned them on their axis, and carry them in the orbits I alluded to them. Wider than to the moon of a planet have I created the vortices, and they carry the moons also. So this verse clearly explains and gives natural examples of the function of the vortex. And to prove that the vortex is the first manifestation in creation, as stated in the book of Jehovah, chapter 3, verse 6, where it states, verse 6, for each and every corporeal world created I a vortex first, and by its rotation and by the places in the firmament, whether it traveled, caused I the vortex to conceive the corporeal worlds. See that? So with this verse, it tells you that the vortex is the first cause of creation. So if the vortex is the first cause of creation, explained so bluntly in the OASP, why doesn't the Bible tell you this? Why doesn't the Bible tell you the same thing? Because the biblical creation is a false account. So before a planet is formed, the vortex has to exist first. Before light is manifested, the vortex has to exist first. Once a vortex produces a planet, in order for that planet to have organic life, it has to maintain a pH balance. And this is where the pH scale comes into perspective. Because in order for vegetation to be suitable for animal and man, vegetation has to maintain a certain pH level. If the pH of vegetation is too acidic, it'll be unsuitable to digest for humans. So the pH balance in nature is very important, and it is expressed throughout the seasons. Now, when we look at the pH scale, you will notice it's color-coded. Now, the balance of life is color-coded green, representing vegetation in nature. So when we look at nature and we see all the green in plants and trees, it's representing the balance of life. And the number 7 represents green on the pH scale, representing the balance of life. This is the original Ma'at, expressed in nature. The number 7 is where acidity meets alkalinity. And it is at 7 that acid has its limitation. So when we observe nature in the fall, when the grass and leaves begin to turn yellow, orange, and red, it's a sign of acidity taking root in vegetation, signifying the death of vegetation and the coming winter season. See that? And when the spring comes around, the grass, leaves, and trees goes from red, yellow, and then it begins to turn green. And when green, it's a sign of alkalinity taking root in vegetation, signifying the life of vegetation and the coming summer season. See, this is how the pH scale, being the balance of life, the original Ma'at, Mother Earth, is expressed and seen in nature. See that? Now, when we look at the electromagnetic spectrum, we're dealing with the seen and unseen wavelengths. All things we see range from 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. A nanometer means short measure or short wavelength. These waves are vortexian current. The velocity of the vortex moves at different speeds and wavelengths, producing different colors depending on its range of wavelength. When we look at the electromagnetic spectrum, what we physically see, what they call visible light, occupies a small fraction out of the whole electromagnetic spectrum. So the physical visualization is measured within 400 to 700 nanometers. Anything existing outside of 400 to 700
Notice again, they said they God was strictly visible light. And notice the visible light makes up a small portion of the whole electromagnetic spectrum. So now you're saying your God is small. When it comes to the grand scale of things, because they the ones pumping this electromagnetism. They the ones pumping it. So that we just found out, and we knew it just by looking at the chart right here, but that the visible light is a small portion of this whole entire spectrum right here. So if this, the visible light, is the God that you're talking about right here, not only is he a little homie, yeah, he's small. He represents a small portion of this whole spectrum right here, man. I don't even think y'all really know what y'all are talking about. And the crazy part is, y'all got the nerve to twist your mouths and said we the ones that's idolaters or idolaters. This is the one they saying created all this small section of this electromagnetic spectrum. Let's keep cooking. Man, this is crazy.
Nanometers is invisible to the naked eye. And this is where the realm of the unseen exists. The unseen is unseen to us, but not unseen to those existing in that realm. Well, who are those existing in that realm? The spirits of the dead, as stated in the book of Jehovah, chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. Verse 7, the corporeal man made I belonging to the seen, but the spiritual man made I as one within the unseen and everlasting. Verse 8, as the corporeal man beholdeth corporeal things, so do the spiritual man follow upwards the evaporated corporeal entities of things. As corporeal things are tangible to the corporeans, so are spirit things tangible to the spirits of the dead. See that? So with this verse, it sums up that the spirits of the dead do exist in the realm unseen. And this realm unseen is expressed on the electromagnetic spectrum, such as the infrared, the microwave, the radio, which are lower frequencies. Then you have the ultraviolet, the X-ray, and the gamma ray, which are higher frequencies. It is in these realms, these frequencies, these vibrational tones that the spirits of the dead reside after death. Spirits that are vibrating on a lower frequency exist in a lower realm, being in the range of the infrared, the microwave, and the radio. And spirits existing on a higher frequency exist in the ultraviolet, the X-ray.
I want y'all to notice, though.
Now, when we
I
look
want
at
y'all
some
to
of these
notice
TV
where
shows,
these rays are, right? Talking about these nanometers, where these rays are produced in the atmosphere. Again, unseen, right? Showing you that whether you look at it scientifically or spiritually, the being and its light form would both be in the atmosphere unseen. Whether you think it's light or a one-time human being now in spirit, they would both be in what is called our atmosphere today, where these rays are being produced. Correct? Right? Especially if Selah is what Selah is saying is true. Right? And we know that it is. We've been tested this. Right? This is why you can't see spirits. Right? Why? Because they are in their elemental parts.
They outside the range of visible light, aren't they?
Outside the range of visible light.
That makes sense. So everything you can see is in between the range of what? 400 and 700 nanometers.
Correct.
Right? Anything outside of that, you can't see it. Now, when something like that, like some of y'all looked over and thought you saw something standing in the corner, or an apparition, or You know, some people call it ghost paranormal activity. You know, they got ghost hunters out there now. Ghost hunters, paranormal.
This is why, and this is why they can pick them up with certain infrared things,
so,
certain sounds, and
because they slow down their frequency within that range.
Mm-hmm.
They bring their frequency within the range of 400 to 700, and now you can see them. You feel me? But usually their frequency is outside of visible light.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And now you can understand why they have shows like Ghost Hunters and all that.
And what they're using machines that detect radio waves, infrared, ultraviolet. Right? This is what they're using. Why? Because many of them and many of the ancient scientists and alchemists have always known man doesn't just poof and disappear. That energy or that spectrum goes higher or lower, and it can be detected. They've known this. Or why would you make a machine to detect those for it?
So really, it ain't nothing spooky about it.
Nothing at all.
Nothing spooky about it. You know what I mean? Whatever you can see is between the range of 400 to 700 nanometers. If y'all understand that, drop it 7,000 in the chat. Anything outside 400 and 700 nanometers, anything outside of that, you can't see.
It's outside of visible light.
Outside of visible light. And that's where your spirit said, and you know, the unseen world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, that's why you read certain things and they be like, man, there's millions of spirits, and you be like, man, I don't see nothing. That's because they dwell in a range outside of visible light.
Right, but where are this range of light? Where is it produced? It's in the atmosphere, right? Like, for instance, when they opened up 3G, right, and they had 3G phones, they tapped into a signal wave in the sky.
Yeah.
Not that they produced, it's always there. And they tapped into the 4G, and then they tapped into the 5G. You dig what I'm talking about? And they're giving it to the world. But these are layers moving at different speeds in the same atmosphere. This is why you can't see it. Right?
Y'all ain't think the gang was scientific, huh? Y'all ain't think we deal with axioms and, you know what I mean, charts and empirical data and all that. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We swam over there too. Why you think we was able to go against the so-called top commissions about science, and they didn't even bring no science out? Why you think that was that when we debated Kim, and it was a science debate over cosmogony, creation, and time. You dig? So yeah. We swim over there too. No matter what.
And then if we really just wanted to nitpick about it, right? This is really what you're talking about. Light, visible light, is a radiation that comes off of the electromagnetic spectrum. So which one is it? Is it the light that comes off of the electromagnetic spectrum, right? Which is your God, which would mean the electromagnetic spectrum is actually your God's maker. Right? Because light is really only a radiation, just part of the spectrum. I'll shred you. I'll beat you. Get him, boss.
Yeah, we call you boys to the flow on this electromagnetic God madness you talking about.
Yeah,
and again, if you show up, you're going to be embarrassed. See, you don't even know what y'all talking about. We already got videos up with the charts and everything. Like right here. This video is 10 years old. 10.
A decade.
Come on, man. We talking about this video is older than COVID. Come on, man. Watch this.
Where they try to communicate with the spirits of the dead, such as Ghost Hunters and shows like Destination Truth. they will use instruments with electromagnetic frequencies to try to pick up on the spirit, showing you that spirits can be detected using the electromagnetic spectrum.
See?
Proving that spirituality and physicality has a connection using science. Now, you have people that are able to hear and see spirits. They call them mediums. They call them clairvoyant, clairaudient, different names that they have for people who could hear spirits of the dead. Now, people who could hear these spirits are capable of either rising or lowering their vibrational speed. So if a person can increase their vibrational speed above 800 nanometers, you could pick up on the sound and sight existent in that realm. So if you pick up on an 800 nanometer right outside of visible light, you'll be able to tune in that realm. If you're able to go below 300, which is outside of visible light, you'll be able to pick up on that realm if you could control your vibrational frequency. And this is the reason a lot of times a lot of mystics, prophets went up on mountaintops and communicated with the angels, because the vibrational frequencies is moving at a faster frequency in those higher plateaus up mountains. And this is why the mystics and the prophets ate fruits and vegetables. They maintain a vegetarian diet because alkalinity increase your vibrational speed. So once you go up these plateaus.
Oh, then he threw in there the connection with the diet, connection with what we throwing down our chops. You know what I mean? Showing you that the fruits and veggies increase, the alkalinity increases your connection, your sensitivity to the unseen world. You see? You see? So the gang even coming on talking like that. Like, hey, look, it's even time to go ahead and switch up what you throwing down your trap. Switch that up. You know what I mean? Get more on the foods that are alkaline and, you know what I mean, that naturally grow instead of chewing on steak and loin meat and, you know what I mean?
Well, like the old tell us, you dig what I'm talking about, and we know for a fact, we know how to make warriors. Yeah, we know how to make warriors. You dig what I'm talking about? You put them in odd environments with loud noises and you train them. Tough, hard. We know how to make warriors. How do you make prophets? Huh? How do you go the other way with it? First of all, diet.
Hey, shout out to Coliseum on Argument. Salute. Shout out to everybody coming in. Louis, what's up with Lou Show? I ain't saying Louis in a minute. What's the word, all right? Good to see you in the building. One of the artists of Yah is in the building. What's the word? My sister Angelic, we in the building. Elijah 7. Now let's keep cooking. We about to get into that book of light right after this. Now we gonna see what's what. What's up with y'all?
You will increase your vibrational speed. That's why when Moses came down, he was radiating light because he was vibrating at a higher frequency. And when you vibrating at a higher frequency outside of visible light, you will be able to tune into the realm unseen, which is outside of 400 to 700 nanometers. That's one of the secrets why the prophets and the mystics used to go up on a mountaintop, because they could communicate with the spirits due to the increase of electromagnetic frequencies existing outside of visible light, which is 400 to 700 nanometers. See, this is a science. So with that, science is proving spirituality and showing the connection with physicality as well. Now, in the book of Cosmogony and Prophecy, chapter 11, verse 12, it states, when a prophet hath attained to discharge vortexia, so as to make raps at will, he is also subject to the presence of people from the unseen worlds. And these people, spirits or angels, use this vortexia for a foundation for Sargos. Sargos is a term used where these angels are able to manifest in the presence of prophets who are able to manipulate their own vibrational frequency. So here this verse is showing you that in the unseen realms, in the higher frequencies, in the higher electromagnetic frequencies, that spirits of the dead exist there. So this is taking the spookism out and showing you that science is proving all things, because physicality and spirituality are basically one and the same, moving at different vibrational speeds. And another thing, if you notice, the coloring of the pH scale, the coloring of the electromagnetic spectrum shares the same commonality because it's all connected. It's one synchronized order once you understand it. And the way you raise your vibrational frequency is based off your diet, once again. See, your diet is the foundation as well. Once you understand the truth, you will realize that the temple is really your body, and you really got to take care of it. Like in the book of Cosmogony and Prophecy, chapter 9, verse 10, it states, herb food for man cultivate the negative condition. Flesh food for man increases the positive, which is to say, flesh food carries man away from prophecy, away from spirituality. See that? So with that alone, it's telling you that by eating carnivorous foods, you're steering yourself away from attaining prophecy. You're furthering yourself away from spirituality by consuming the flesh because you're lowering your vibrational frequency. You'll be in that unseen realm in the lower frequency as expressed on this chart, on the electromagnetic spectrum. That would be considered your hell. And that would fall on the acid side. See the correlation? But when you eat herb food, which is increasing the negative condition, which is alkalinity, because alkalinity is a negative charge, and that falls on the higher frequency side, which would be considered the alkaline side. See how it coincides?
Which would also be called magnetism. It'd be cool.
Facts. Also, if you look at that color from the lowest, that red, all the way up to the highest, that violet or that purple. If any of y'all into the chakras, you'll notice that's the order of the coloring of the chakras. The red is the root chakra, down there by your privates. Hey, when it's time to get on.
What they don't know, Mally, is the explanation of the pH balance, the electromagnetic scale. You dig what I'm talking about, and all that, and light in and of itself is a practice on the very first level. Y'all call this, they twisted this into masonry today.
Right, exactly. But look,
right? The faithists had this thousands of years before anybody else.
Ben had it, bro. But look, what I was saying was the lowest chakra is red, and then orange, yellow. You getting all up into your heart chakras and all that, green, light blue, purple, and then violet, right? This is your crown chakra. The actual color of your highest chakra is violet, purple. The alkaline end of this, you dig, and the acid end of this. These are the exact order of colors of your chakras if you into something like that. You know what I mean? I found that interesting. I was like, dang, these are the exact colors in the same order.
Well, the creator told you that the key is same thing that Tesla was trying to tell them.
Yeah.
The 3, the 6, and the 9. The low, the middle, and the high. You dig what I'm talking about? He was trying to tell y'all, and the creator says the base 3 colors are yellow, red, and blue. Start to make sense?
This stuff started to make sense on you, boy. You'd be like, whoa, hold on. Dang, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
And out of all colors come yellow, yellow, red, blue produce all colors.
Those are primary colors. You got some primary colors in there and everything, man.
Yeah, they are the primaries. And then if you look where they fade into each other, produce a different color.
Yeah, do. Yeah, right up in there.
But the highest blue is indigo. The lowest of the red or the oranges or the red is the red. Same thing. You dig what I'm talking about? But notice that the motion is up and out. It is turning up. It is not coming back to be bound again. Right? Because guess what? They're raised past gamma.
No way, boy. High science, y'all. But right in your face with it. Right in your face. And again, these men are claiming that this visible light right here is the creator. crack pipe logic, man. You know what I mean? I'm hoping they show up and try to, debate something like that. We calling y'all to the flow right now. You dig? And then, the homie DMG got this because I sent it to him when we went live. And I sent some voice messages to him last night. Like, man, tell them boys line that up. Since they got all the shits and giggles about it. Since y'all think it's funny what we talking about, line it up, man. Look, we already got all that information y'all talking about. We been had.
Yeah, whole news.
You know what I mean? So this is
y'all just new Negroes. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all just new Negroes regurgitating some old stuff that's new to you.
Right, it's new to you.
Vibrational frequency is more faster. That's the side you want to be on. When you cross over into the unseen realm, you want to be on the vibrational frequency that's moving at a higher rate. And with that, you have to improve on your diet, making your body more alkaline while still alive on Earth. And with that, I'd like to say peace and blessings and catch you on the next documentary. Shalom.
Hey, C-Live been putting in that work for a long time, man. I salute that. You know what I mean? 'Cause it ain't easy. You did, especially when everybody be, against thou. They act like what you saying is Chinese arithmetic. You like, bro, look, I know what I'm talking about. I don't, and we can always, put it side by side and see what a light is. You feel me? Cal, talk to us, brother.
Man, we got a whole book of light in Owashi. What is they talking about light? We don't praise light.
Nah.
We know the master of light.
Oh, wait.
We know the source of light.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
That's the Father. That's the Creator. Huh? Notice the light is going to tell God what to do.
Look what this say right here.
Orinothon means comprehensive light from the atmosphere and heavens of Earth. A lot of people, and I got to admit to this, even I at first thought Orinothon was a god. No, Orinothon are the walking orders, the modus operandi of God.
The marching orders.
It's the marching orders. The thing that tell God what to do. The blueprint of what I want you to do for this time that you're going to be here on Earth. That is called Orinothon, or the light of heaven. Right?
They're trying to say that light is God, but this light, you dig, tells God what to do.
What to do.
Right? And a lot of times when you read in the old, you'll see it'll be like a beam of light come down and hover over the God, and then the Creator's voice will speak out the light.
Yeah.
You dig? Straight up. So this right here is Book of Orinothon, or Light from Heaven.
The Book of Light from Heaven. Stop it.
What? If y'all understand that light is a creation and not the creator, y'all drop a 4,000 in the chat for us, man. We just want to make sure that everybody gets some understanding. If you understand that the electromagnetic spectrum and all these are creation and building blocks of creation. You know what I mean? Creation in motion. If you understand that, drop that 4,000 in chat. The electromagnetic spectrum, and specifically the visible light portion, which is a small portion of the spectrum, is not the creator. And that's what Naga is saying. That's what Naga is saying. So we're gonna bring the understanding of what light is. You know what I mean? Because you should be able, whatever that light is that they talking about, you should be able to embody that and then use that to make the world a better place. You know what I mean? Because what's the difference between you acting in light and the next person doing deeds of darkness? Very low. What's the difference? If you saying this light comes without any sense of morality, if that's what you're saying, you understand, then there's no difference between somebody that's out here murdering and being a pedophile and doing all types of evil, sadistic madness. versus somebody that's not. There's no difference because your light doesn't come with any sense of morality at all. I heard him say that the other night. I said, did he just say that? Like, what is you on? Huh?
Hey, I gotta go shoot a move real quick. I'm gonna jump right back on, but I'm watching, bro.
Handle your business, Cal. You man, love, light, balance to you, brother. Let's
Okay.
work.
All right.
All right, so look at this, y'all. This is chapter 1. We're gonna read a few of these, and that way we can get some understanding about what's going on. All right, and again, we call them boys to the flow, Naga or whatever, out here claiming, you know. And again, it wouldn't even been as bad for me because I ain't never heard of you cats. You dig? But when my brother got on there and was explaining very clearly the difference between a creator and a God, y'all was hollyhocking and you know what I mean, lip fumbling like y'all got some type of point. And then it got all confused. It was all confusion because all y'all kept doing was over talking, you know what I mean, my bros and them. And then the questions you asking, he just went over them. Look, the questions all you gotta do is rewind the video. The very questions y'all was asking, he already went over that. So that proves y'all wasn't even there to listen. Y'all was there to what? Y'all was there for some blood? All right, well, you got the right one. You got the right one. You know what I mean? That's right up my alley. What is you talking about? What is you talking about? We be God tripping. Yeah. Yeah, so y'all not about to sleep well and thinking y'all got one off. Nah. We call y'all boys to the flow. Come to the flow with that madness, talking about the electromagnetic God. And the creator is the visible light of the electromagnetic spectrum. Nah. We ain't even gonna play that game. We ain't even gonna play that game. You know what I mean? DMG, if you listening, bro, line that up. Creator gang versus Naga. Who is the creator? And is the creator of electromagnetism. You dig? And I'm here to tell y'all boys right now, you ain't got enough ammo. You don't got enough ammo, we're gonna be dumping out of what we come with. We're gonna be dumping back to back to back to back. Y'all gonna be, what you gonna be doing is scratching and clawing and stuttering. That's all you're gonna be doing. You're not gonna be able to, you can't go ball for ball with us. Not on this. Not on this. All right, let's get to some of this. Bang, 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 bang. All right. Bang, bang. Oh, I got my bro in the building. Lucio. Man, Louis, what's up, bro? Man, I ain't talked to you.
Peace, love.
What's going on, man?
Peace, love, and light, bro.
Man, peace, love, and light to my brother. Man, talk to me.
Yeah, dog. I was on that show for a little bit. I don't know if you caught it, bro. You to me, bro. Hey, I was invited to come on there. I was told about it, and that shit. I mean, excuse me, but that was just like crazy, bro. I don't understand what was going on. Like,
yeah.
I just couldn't get a word in for. I did at certain points. The cat was trying to get was it GT? Yeah, he was trying to get Daryl tripped up with the etymology of God, trying to go back to Elohim. They're saying it's like humans or rulers, God, angels. But then I was all right. We'll go further. Spirits of the dead, demons. So I said, when you look at the Owaski and God, right, is a one-time mortal. God come into the spirit realm and is spiritually evolved and earned the title because through free will chose to, apply for that position and was saw fit to, be ordained in it. How is that not within the parameters of what Elohim is?
Yeah, I heard, GT the one that sounded like he got kicked in his nuts. He talk all, yeah, brother, I know what you talking about. And the crazy part about him is, Daryl was on there a couple weeks ago, and he dropped a very powerful presentation that we all know. He been dropped, but he dropped it on Paradigm Shift. It did, and GT jumped on there in the end and was trying to give a little pushback, but look, this is a tall mountain to climb, man. Like you can't even defeat or even come against the until you actually climb that mountain. It's thicker than a textbook. That sucker like 1,500 pages deep, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I seen that when you got on there, but man, I was gonna hop on, but it was so much confusion, brother. Everybody each other. You know what I mean? They acting like they ain't heard nothing what the brothers and them was saying. So GT did a response, a supposed response to Daryl. I'm thinking he about to go to each verse that Daryl went to show the demonic nature of the deity and prove it. It say he jealous right here, but jealous don't mean jealous. It says he's a man of war right here, but man and war don't mean man and war. It says right here that he's vindictive, bloodthirsty, requires the heads of goats and chopped off organs and fat and blood borders, and at times he'll tempt you to offer up your children as burnt offering. Like everywhere where Daryl went, for anybody to debunk what he was saying, you were supposed to go to his scriptures that he pulled and prove that it means and says the opposite. They didn't even do that. He didn't even do that. He tried to, JB, tried to bring up OSB, JB, and all that extra, but he never debunked what my bro did. So what Daryl Cosmine said and did, what he presented, stands as fact until somebody rebutted. But I told Daryl, I said, bro, in order for them to rebut that, to debunk what you're saying, they're gonna have to rewrite the entire Bible. You got to rewrite Bible to debunk what the bro brought out. You know what I mean? So, man, I heard, I was listening. I seen when you jumped on there. Of course, Cal was on there. Young Prince was on there and all that. But them cats jumped on there not to learn, but to try to make a mockery. You dig? And that's what got me like, you know what? We call you cats out then. The wolf, what's good? Talk to me. Talk to me, Louis.
That's what it definitely was. That's what they were on there for. They were waiting for that part. They were waiting for the presentation to be done to get to that part. But yeah, it was confusion, bro. It was. I couldn't get a word in sometimes, and then, like I said, I got muted when I finally first got to speak. I got muted, but then I got a chance to do a slight back and forth with GT, and then I felt like I wish you were on there. I'll tell you that.
Who was the cat that sounded like he was chewing on a gravel savage? The original host. The original host was a bro from Baltimore.
Yeah, Darren.
Another cat on him. He sounded like he had a mouthful of spit or something. I'm like, bro, what is he? And then clearly he was on their side because he wasn't even being solid. You know what I mean? He was.
So Darren. My bad.
I didn't answer the question. So is God a man? I'm like, bro, they been answered that. What the hell is really going on around here, man?
Darian's the one that was showing his face. He was the one that opened it up for y'all, and he was. So Darian, I know him. Like I met him in a group outside. I didn't know nothing about that's Paradigm Shift, that platform, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know nothing about that platform. I'm in another group, like the messenger chats and shit. So I'm on the group, one of these groups where it's like different people from different faiths and they talk or whatever. So I get on one day and they know I read the Owaski. So one of the Muslims in the group, put me on the Darien, but his name was Cannon at the time. And so he knew about the Owaski, so I got a chance to talk to him. And he knew about the Owaski because he's seen you guys talk about it on YouTube and he's on Paradigm Shift. So, and I think Daryl already had did his presentation that Yahweh is a demon or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he brought that to my attention. Well, I already knew about it, but he told me about it. So I was like, all right, I bet. So I knew him from them some months ago. And we were having a conversation one day because I know him.
And you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Hold up, my shit just cut off.
I can hear you, bro.
Let me pair up real quick.
I can hear you, Louis. I don't know if you can hear me. Soul Bender 888. He said, I can feel and hear spirits, but I can't see them. You got a level of suies. Or watch me call that suies. Not chop suey. Suies. And that's basically a term in the Owaski for somebody that's clairvoyant. You know what I mean? A lot of people have you know, different portions of it. Abraham could see, hear, and feel. You know what I mean? So you got a level, you know what I mean, level of clairvoyant. You know, the more you cleanse your diet and all that, cleanse your body, your temple, the more sensitive you become to the spirit world. You know what I mean? So yeah. Soul Bender 888. Yep. That's a portion. You got a portion of what's called Suez, and a lot of y'all are more sensitive than your peoples to the spirit world. You feel me? Lord, I'm gonna read some of this. I'm gonna start reading some of this book of Oronoth, and this chapter 1. We're gonna get into it to get some understanding, because the very topic that they talking about, you know, God is light and all that, we got a whole book of it right here. Let's get into it and see what's what about this. All right, watch this. Chapter 1, Oronoth. And these are the words of Oronoth: by your light and dominion. By your light and dominion, O Creator, peace and goodwill to all men, with faith in you, and forbearance toward one another for your glory. Amen. I do not come to abridge liberty, but to give more of it to you. So the whole point of this, and especially dealing with the higher light, we're not here to put nobody in bondage. We ain't here to, you know what I mean, to debode nothing. It's just what people don't like is we play ball. You know what I mean? Like, you're not about to pop it like you dealing with some type of higher vibration, and we know you not. And then the majority of you men I know, so I know you ain't built like that. You dig? But the whole deal is we're not here to put nobody in bondage or to say it's this way or no way. We're here to expose and to unleash His light. Now, wherever that light land, you dig, especially on your mind and your psyche, you got to deal with that. You know what I mean? You just got to deal with it. That's it. You feel me? And that's what's going to happen. You're going to hear things that challenge your original beliefs and what you thought. You understand? But that's okay, though. You're supposed to be constantly challenging whatever it is. You're supposed to constantly be getting better, refining. You understand? Leveling up. Right? Nothing wrong with that. So notice what it says. It says, I do not come to abridge liberty, but to give more of it to you, with love and wisdom, so that the resurrection of men becomes established on earth as it is in heaven. That man over there talking about light, but ain't talking about none of this. Resurrection, what's the purpose of the light? What's the purpose of you living to your highest light, trying to be the best you can, loving your neighbor as yourself? The ultimate thing is resurrection, upward and outward forever. They weren't even talking about none of that. They just saying God is light. And come to find out, they just saying visible light, which is a small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. So you saying your God ain't all in all. It don't fill up all space and place. Hell, it got the smallest section on the electromagnetic spectrum. Come on, man. Y'all better not show up. Y'all better not show up with that. Like I said, that's gas money, right? Look at this. He whom you worship under diverse names, placing him far away, I declare to you his actual presence. You see what the light declares? The actual presence of the Creator. And I accord to you much praise and thanks if you worship in truth, fulfilling His commandments, acknowledging there is only one God, even the Creator. So since everybody talking God, all right, well, if you want it, like with them, well, when I say God, I mean Creator. All right, well, if that's what you're saying, we'll roll with that. Well, the only Creator is the Almighty, Jehovah. Look at this. Whether you say Brahma, or Buddha, or Christ, or Allah, doing so in reverence to the Almighty, our Creator, practicing good works with all your wisdom and strength. Even so do I proclaim your good deeds in heaven. So you may be caught up and you may say a name different than me. You dig? Or the next brother or sister or whatever. But it comes down to the love you have for your neighbor and the ideal that you have about the Creator up top. Is he a man that fought, who breath stank in the morning, who get tired like us? You dig? Or is he not in the form and figure of any man, woman, angel, or animal? Ever present, fill up all space and place. Is your God sitting on a throne somewhere? Does his bones pop? Do we got to stretch? Do we get tired? Like, these are the things that you need to, understand, consider within your own psyche, because whatever or whoever it is that you call yourself worshiping, praying to in your prayer breath, it better be all powerful. What they call omnipotent, all knowledge, knows all, omniscient, filleth all space and place, omnipresent or ever present, and unseen. Because even Yahshua or Jesus say in the Bible, no man has seen God at any time, nor heard his voice. So nobody should be getting mad at us, right? So if that's what you own, even though you may say Christ or Lord or God or whatever, but you hold the idea of the Creator being all powerful, all knowledge, ever present, unseen. You understand? And you practicing good works towards your deeds are proclaimed in heaven. You see that? See, so this is not left to linguistics and pronunciation. You understand? It's left to the service that you're doing out here. Look at this. For all of these saviors, God's religions, or the Father's buildings, to bring his children into ultimate resurrection for joy and glory within his kingdom. So whatever it is, it should nobody be offended when we pop out. You understand? We are people. And just understand that these are stepping stones. All your religions of your past that your Meemaw gave you, and all these things are stepping stones to bring you to the ultimate understanding of your maker and his kingdoms with an S. See, it ain't even hard. All you gotta do is just slow down. You understand? But one thing you gotta stop doing is calling a creation the creator. That's crackpipe logic. Crackpipe logic. Look at this. Therefore, I do not come to take from you any of your gods or saviors, nor to abridge your field for practicing righteousness, but rather to show you a greater glory. Y'all see that? A greater glory. And comprehending all of them in the plan of the Almighty to reach the different peoples in all parts of the earth. Look at that. What? Look at that. Look at this. Pleading with you to be charitable to one another and more comprehensive in your judgment, putting away egotism and professing among yourselves that such of you alone were favored of the Creator. So that's a shot at the Israelites for sure. Y'all know Israelite for life over this way, but that's a shot. Now you over here talking about some nana bobo. I'm chosen, you ain't. You going into slavery, and you know what I mean. You gonna work every day underground except the Sabbath day. I'm gonna be waiting for the sun to fall so I can put that whip right back on your back. You run across the right Israelite, that's what he on. But knows what it says. It says, put away egotism and professing among yourselves as such you alone were the favorite of the Creator. First thing. Let's get out of business. First thing, his living presence I declare to you. And that's one thing about it. Any messenger of the Most High, the Almighty, look, right off the bat, they're going to come declaring his presence. They're going to be letting you know, no, I'm not the one you worship. I'm just an older brother or sister of yours. But I'm doing, you going to be doing one day. Why be offended? Even Yahshua told you, what he tell you? The works I do, you going to do and even what? Greater. All right? So any messenger sent from the Creator is going to declare his presence, his ever presence, Christ everywhere. Inside of you, outside of you, above you, in the water, the tree, everywhere. Everywhere. First thing, his living presence I declare to you that he is now, always was, and ever shall be present in all places, worlds without end. Stop right there. Stop right there. Huh? Greater always was, is, and never shall be in all places. So you can't get that off. Every deity and God, whatever you is calling off your mouth ain't ever present. Especially if you're still talking about the Almighty sits on a throne in heaven in the form and figure and shape of a man. Wherever he's sitting at, he's not ever present. He's localized. He's restricted to a certain space and place for a certain time period. You see, if you're going to jump outside and say the creator is omnipresent or ever present, then you got to remove him sitting on the throne. God sits on the throne, but not the creator. Look at this. Doing by virtue of his presence, quickening the life and moving all things onward to a wise and definite purpose. Onward and upward. And the motion, that there's a purpose behind the motion. It ain't just haphazard. It ain't just, willy-nilly. Nah, it's a wise and definite purpose behind this. All right, and then notice what it says. It says doing by virtue of his presence, meaning creation is popping. Creation is moving because the creator's presence is there. That's why he's ever present. That's why you wake up in the morning with your morning breath. That's why you get inspired. That's why the sun come up and the moon come up. That's why creation is in perpetual motion, constantly moving. Why? Why is it like that? You know what I mean? Because the creator's ever presence is there. Look at this right here. Whose presence is what? Everywhere and boundless. Headshot, boy. Everywhere mean everywhere. Everywhere at the same time. Filleth all space and place. So let's say his presence is everywhere. Ain't nowhere you going in the creator's presence ain't there. Ain't nowhere you going and you can't contact your maker. You see? Look what it says, verse 11, that all the living are his sons and daughters. That's powerful right there. Right here, verse 12, that none are as orphans. You see? None are as orphans, right? So your biological children or the ones you adopted, all of them are sons and daughters of the Creator. All of them are to be treated, honored, and respected as such. Yeah. That none are as orphans, but all have a father. Part and parcel of your flesh and spirit is he, even the Creator. I got my brother Daryl Cosmon in the building. What's the word? I talk to
Man, what's going on with you, bro? You calling out the Naga brothers, huh?
What's the word, man? Give me some insight, Daryl. You the mad scientist amongst us. Give me some insight, brother.
Yeah, well, these some heavy verses right here you reading first off, man. So if you scroll up back to verse, scroll up a little bit back to like verse, I think 10 or 9.
You say verse 10?
Yeah, scroll up. Go to yeah, right there, 8.
8.
8.
Okay, got you. Let me highlight
so
it real quick.
8 right there. First, then his living presence. First, then his living presence, right? This is telling you that the Creator's presence, the presence of the Creator's awareness, is the most fundamental thing before anything is made possible. That's what's hella deep right there. The Creator, the presence first. Presence of what? Presence of this all awareness. This all awareness that's always was, that is and ever shall be. And it says worlds without end. First is presence. First is awareness. Now we can look at it. Now we can also look at it on a microcosmic level, right? I'm aware, you're aware, right? So with our awareness being here first, then we become creators, right? If you didn't have awareness, Malaki Macabee, what the hell would you be doing?
I'd be a vegetable.
If I didn't have awareness, what would I be doing?
Yeah.
All right. So that goes to show that awareness, presence of awareness, is a prerequisite for creation. See there? So now you got to ask yourself this: if awareness is a prerequisite for creation, then guess what? There has to be an all creator of all things. Because then you'd have to show me something in creation that awareness did not create. And you can't answer that question.
So, hey, Daryl, would awareness be the same thing or somewhat similar to what consciousness is?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. If you go to Book of Jehovah, chapter 1, verse 2.
Here, let me go there. Hold on. Let me go there real quick. Let's go ahead and show. Let's go on back. I got you. You said chapter 1, verse 2?
Chapter 1, verse 2.
All right, let me share this real
Watch
quick.
this. It virtually says the same thing that's right there in Book of Aranathan, chapter 2. If you scroll up, and if you go to chapter, right there, verse 2, he says, I am and comprehended all things. That's the creator right there declaring that what? I am aware. I am awareness. I am the all awareness. I am, and he comprehended all things. What's the purpose of awareness and consciousness? So the purpose of awareness and consciousness is for us, is to enable us to be able to comprehend what's going on in front of us.
Okay.
The creator said, I am. That means I am alive. I am aware. I am present. And see, we're created in its likeness. We are also aware. We are also seen and unseen. We have immaterial parts as well as material parts, like thought. Thought is immaterial.
Yeah, it is.
So if you sit there, right, I can objectively show you a corporeal or physical apple, right?
Right.
And I can put that apple on the scale, and it'll give me some stats, how much it weighs, how long it is, right? Yeah. Now the apple that you envision in your mind, the apple that you envision in thought, I can't take that immaterial apple and put that on the scale and weigh it.
Yeah.
That's called unseen. That's called your unseen part. So anytime you're thinking and using thought, you're using your unseen part of yourself. We are both seen and unseen.
That makes sense. Because in order for a thought unseen to become seen, it has to go through a process. You know what I mean? Right. Usually that comes with a process like writing something down and then you knocking it, you knocking off each step that you wrote down into. It's a physical reality.
Right.
Manifestation, basically. You know what I mean?
And it's pulled from the unseen.
It's
pulled right from the unseen. So anything you vision, like you set a goal for yourself, that goal you set for yourself in your mind is what? It's unseen.
Yeah.
Until it's made seen by you going through the process of bringing it to light and making it a reality.
Absolutely. Oh wait. Knows what else it say? It say, nor is there anything in all the universe that is not part of him. Nor is there anything in all the universe that is not
part of him.
Good night.
That is not part of him. And guess what? That includes electromagnetism. That includes electromagnetism. And then he says right here, like it said, the Book of Aranathan, look at verse 4, by virtue of my presence. Presence is first. Everything that we experience in reality is all brought forth by virtue of its presence. That's why I said in the Book of Aranathan, first then is what? His living presence. Because without his presence, nothing would be.
Yeah.
And so that says pretty much that we are because it is.
Yeah.
We are because it is. That's why he said that's why he said that I am the soul of all, and all that is seen is part of my person, my body. Nor is there anything in all the universe that is not part of him. And you can't disprove that, because then again, here it is again. You have to show me something that exists outside of that exists in the universe that ain't part of the universe, and you ain't finna do that.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say that. Oh wait.
You ain't finna do that. See, it hit, bro. It hit heavy.
Yeah, man.
It hit heavy.
Yeah, man. You think these boys gonna take this debate? I don't.
Bro, if they take this debate, bro, I got some information lined up for them. I ain't even finna reveal it right now. I'll drop some stuff in the chat, but I ain't even finna reveal it. That's for us to discuss.
I already know. You know how it is. We'll throw a little something out there just to get them to bite. You dig? But man, look, don't never forget, we got the nukes already put up.
Yeah.
We got the megaton light bombs, 1 million tons of light already lit. There we are. All we gotta do is drop them suckers. That's it. You know what I mean? Anything else you want to read in there, Daryl? You want to go back to let's go back to Aranathan.
Yeah, go back to Aranathan.
Okay. There we go, right there. We right there.
Right here, and then That all the living are his sons and daughters. So look, there ain't no Gentiles.
Flat out. Or orphans.
Gentiles don't exist in this over here. Ain't no Gentile. Look, that none are that all the living are his sons and daughters, that none are orphans. But guess what? All have a father, part and parcel of your flesh, and spirit is he. We are all connected, even a creator. We are all connected.
We all connected.
No matter how much you disagree in your emotions, we are all connected.
Look at this right here. Look what because they left in the reference number right there. It say right here, note that this means everyone, no matter how exalted or how alone or how unripe he or she may be, is still a child of Creator and cannot be severed from him. Boy, although such a one may turn away from him for a season. Man, that's powerful, bro. Yeah, so, and then look, for a lot of y'all don't know, the term Gentile comes from the Hebrew word goyim.
Goyim, yep. I got that. Yep.
Man, so in that paradigm, whether you saying it's the small hats, the Jewish folk, or whether you talking about the Israelite understanding, right? It don't matter. It's the same definitions they read. A Gentile, who they call the nations, right? The term is goyim that they use, and it means a damn animal. So if you ain't part of their society, you're an animal.
And you know what else?
And you're to be ruled over. You dig? Just like a master rules over his livestock.
And you know who in the Bible explicitly said that Gentiles are animals? Jesus. He called them dogs. Remember, he said, I believe in Book of Matthew, either 5 or 6, he said he called them dogs, right?
He said, it is not meat for me to take the children's bread and to give it to dogs.
Right. And that was when he was talking to the woman.
He was talking to a woman.
He was talking to the woman.
Hey, hold on, girl.
Look, I'm gonna bring it up. Let's bring it up. Well, first, I want to reference two things. He called them a dog in some chapters prior to that, right? Hold on, let me bring up my
Hey, but Duro, look, he said it is not me because she came begging to be healed, basically. And he was like, it is not me for me to take the children's bread.
Right.
And the dog. He talking to a woman.
He's talking to that woman.
Now trip off this. What is a female dog? So we can take it a step further. He ain't just call her an animal.
He called her a bitch.
Yes.
Ooh, Mally, I ain't even catch that one.
Yes.
He called her a bitch.
Yeah.
Now watch this. Hold on. Where my
What you want to share? You want to share something?
I think. Hold on. Let me see. Let me pull it up first.
There ain't no orphans, man. All of the sons and daughters of the Creator. That's powerful, bro. That's powerful. You know what I mean? That's powerful.
Where's that at? Hold up.
Yeah, let me know when you want to share something.
Study. Hold on, I got that somewhere. It might be in my docs. Give me just a moment.
Okay, it's all good. We're gonna keep reading.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
7 say you are like a spark eternally connected to an endless ray of light that spans all the way from the source that is Creator. Ooh, he said, right, that's where we practice of affirmation and manifestation come from, right? You think it, speak it, create it, make it. Bang. It's a finished product. But thought, you can't weigh a thought like bro was saying. You dig? In order for something that's a thought, something that's invisible, you know what I mean, to become visible, it has to go through a process of creation. And that's usually when you have a thought, you write it down, and then you start knocking down that list in order to make what your thought a reality.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just a dead thought. It's wishful thinking. You know what I mean? But if you put motion behind your thought, motion, right? You can make the invisible thought a reality, something visible.
Right, and right. I'm gonna add to that. Let's get deeper. I was trying to look for that stuff in Matthew. I thought I had it in my doc. I can't find my doc, but let's keep the fire going. Okay. Now go back to watch this. Let's go even deeper. Go back to Book of Jehovah, chapter 1. Right.
I'm right here, right now. Bang.
All right, now watch this. All was, that's the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
All is, that's now.
Mm-hmm.
All ever shall be, that's the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, our past, our present, and our future is also part of us too. That's also members of our body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, just like I said, the unseen. Now, when you go down to where it says the seen and unseen, what verse is that? Scroll down a little bit.
Verse 5.
Okay, where it say, yep. Now I say, I am two apparent entities.
Mm-hmm.
So are we. Watch this. Nevertheless, I am only one. These entities are unseen, which is potent, and the seen, which is impotent. Now watch this. Now look at this. These entities are the unseen. The unseen is thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
And remember I said when you set a goal for yourself, you start the process of setting that goal and you make it, you bring it, you manifest it.
Mm-hmm.
That's potent. Everything in your mind, your imagination, everything that you want to create, that's called potential.
Facts. Okay.
That's called potential. Now what word is in potential right there in this verse?
Potent.
Potent.
That's how you spell it too. Potential.
Potential.
Yeah, boy.
So the future is unseen. The future carries potential. That's why the unseen is potent, because it's full of potential. Now, and the seen is what? Impotent, because it's been manifested already. It's already said and done. Now I can hold it, I can weigh it, I can carry it, I can smell it, I can taste it, I can touch it.
Yeah.
It's impotent now.
Yeah. You can observe it and record it. So
yep. And that's why it's called corpore.
They call it too. They call it too, Daryl, scientific fact. Whatever you can observe and record, that they call that a scientific fact versus a theory, which you can't observe and record. You feel me? So yeah, bro. Dang. Look at you, boy. What kind of weed you over there smoking?
Bruh, look.
Come on with it. Where else we going? Yeah.
Bro, I got lessons on this, man. I just wanted to pull that out, man. But that's why, he said that life is the potent part. Yep. And the corporeal part is the impotent part. I done already made you. You see what I'm saying? And but look though, but what exists between the unseen and the seen? The now. The now. Without the presence, here it is. Now we going back to presence. Without the presence of now, how could you manifest anything that can potentially be manifested?
You can't.
That's why the presence of awareness is important for creation to be.
I see where you going, boy. I get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, y'all see why this the Donatello of the Turtle Gang. If y'all ever watched Ninja Turtles, Donatello was the genius. He was always inventing stuff and doing experiments, and you know what I mean? Boy, don't run up on Donnie though. We'll club you to death with that boat staff, boy.
Yeah, man. This will be some serious business, bro. They don't know. Hey, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they read.
Yeah, real spill.
They try to go in there and they think they can make rebuttal videos by going in here and reading a couple verses and think they grasp it, bro. You ain't grasp nothing. If you can't break it down like that, you ain't grasp nothing.
Man,
the Creator tell you, look, always was, always is, and because I am, and I comprehend all things, what all things that can possibly be, I ever shall be also.
Man, Craig's cold, bro.
Come on, man.
Every time I be having to step away and just be like, man, let me go ahead and reflect on what I just read.
Man, that's why the Creator called us. That's why the Creator called us not microcosms. That's what I say. That's why the Creator calls us co-creators. The Creator says you all are co-creators. You all are creators under me. That means we are co-creators. We the ones that make music and make, make businesses, make dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We invent things. We make computers. We design shoes and clothes. We co-creators. What other animal do that? That's why the Creator say we are chief over all things.
That would make sense though, because it also says we are like independent atoms of his person. That makes sense.
Independent atoms of his person, bro. We can't escape it. No matter, I don't care how atheist you are or whatever religion you in, bro. You can't escape it, bro. We all look, bro. I don't care what you believe in, man. We all breathe the same air. The air that we breathe come from the same source. It come from the same atmosphere. We walking on the same ground that come from the same planet, and we surrounded by the same stars.
Bro, the sun,
Same
sun, and the sun shines on the righteous and the wicked.
And the righteous, yep.
The rain
Yep.
falls on the righteous and the wicked.
And that's in the Bible. That's in the Bible.
Exactly.
But in the same breath, you sit there and say they're Gentiles.
All right. So but look, that's why no matter whatever you read, Daryl, you got to be critical about it. You got to have a degree of skepticism. Like you got to question everything.
Always,
everything. Because you'll get a nugget. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, yeah, that's right and exact right there. And then as you keep reading, it'll be something that's not right. And see, what I found out is a lot of people, period. You feel me? They get bound, like when they read something that's right and exact, when they run into something that jars their spirit to where they like, huh? That don't even make sense. They roll with it just because they're conditioned to say, well, it's all or nothing. I gotta believe every period in her, every semicolon, parenthesis. Nah, you ain't never got to be all in on none of it. You supposed to be critically examining whatever it is you call yourself reading.
Right.
It don't matter if it's Owaski Bible, the newspaper.
Yep.
It don't matter what, man. You supposed to be critical. You supposed to be asking all types of questions. You don't just believe something just because somebody wrote it down. Good. Somebody wrote it down. We can give less than a damn somebody wrote it down. Is it right and exact though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Does it line up with the creator's creation? Because that's what's going to tell it all. What's going to tell it is if the creation line up with what its maker. You dig? And if it don't, then, you got to go ahead and throw that off to the dogs right there, man.
Right. Speaking of which, I found that doc I was talking about. Let me share my screen real quick just because I want to pull up these two verses.
Come on with it.
All right here. Now, let me see. Share my entire screen. This one here, share. Then I'm gonna go slide over to my doc.
Hey, Daryl, between us, man, we got hundreds of docs, man.
Yeah, we lined up, man. It's lined up. Look at this madness, bro. Look at this madness, bro. It's lined up.
Hold on, I got you. Let me remove this real quick. Let me stop sharing this.
Oh, you sharing already?
Yeah, I was sharing. I'm around the time I was sharing. Let me remove that and then add you to the stage right here. What you sharing? Hold on, right here.
No, I'm saying, look, we got docs on docs on docs, bro.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That's just yours. If I was mine up right now, I'd be like, bro, we deep, but then we share all our stuff too. So man, I was telling somebody the other day. I said, look, the gang ready. Like, and I love that about us because at any moment, you dig, if somebody of a high influence was to ask us to come do a presentation or several presentations about anything, bro, we already ready.
Yeah, we own it, man. We
already ready, man.
We own it.
We actually do this. Like we sit up and put together 60-page documents. You know what I mean? Very well sourced and all that. Zoom in if you can, Daryl.
Yeah, let me zoom in just a little more right here. I had it in my notes. I figured it was Matthew 7:6. I was reading Matthew myself. And doing a lot of research on Matthew, and I was just pulling verses like, damn, this hit right here, this crazy. So right here is when he called Israel, he called them dogs. Anything outside of Israel was a dog. So Matthew 7:6, he said, give not that which is holy unto the dogs.
Facts, yeah.
He talking about Gentiles, anybody that ain't Israel, right? He said, neither cast your pearls before swine. So he also called them swine too, metaphorically. He called them pigs and shit, right? Lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you, right?
Cattle. Animals, not your sweet Jeebus though. You know what I mean? I found that quite ironic about those that's under the Christianity persuasion, right? Y'all don't read the ugly parts of the Bible. You know what I mean? You don't read the parts that's like downright bloody and or if you was to say that today to somebody, they'd be offended. You know what I mean? Call a woman a dog today or a bitch. Nigga, she about to be all the way offended.
Right.
You know what I mean? But see, you got bros in them that read about that behavior and think it's okay to do that. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's what I'm saying. Whenever you navigating through anything you read, you got to be critical about it. You got to examine that. You dig? And be like, nah, that ain't even right and exact because we just read, there are no Gentiles. All are sons and daughters.
Yep.
Parcel of your spirit and flesh is he, your creator.
Yep.
None are orphans. See, so that's that puts
Yep.
us over here in
And
a different
then,
vibration. We not
and-
on no bigotry or no supremacy, and you gonna be my slave, and I'm gonna put a leash around your neck and make you eat out a damn dog bowl. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That ain't us.
Yep. So he said right there in 6, he said dogs, right? Now when you fast forward to Matthew 15:24, this when old girl came asking for help, right?
That's when hey, you know what? When we in the streets teaching, that's one of my favorite scriptures to go to. Matthew 15:24, boy.
Mhm. Damn, boy, you was out there wilding.
Oh, bro, I've been out in the bricks for man. I'm the one that put the street teaching on the streets of St. Louis. Wasn't nobody teaching in those streets before me. Yeah.
Bro say, look. He say, but he answered when old girl asked him for some help. He say, look. He say, but he answered and said, I am not. But he said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So he exclusively saying that he's a nationalist.
Yeah.
He's a racist.
Yeah,
He's a racist.
But that's why the arguments between the Christians and the Israelites, you know what I mean, be wild, because the Israelites gonna stand on this side of the argument.
Right.
But then the Gentiles or the Christians gonna stand on a whole nother side of the argument and say, well, if you keep reading, he blessed her though.
Well, he blessed her after what though? Now this is what I was going to get to. After she accepted, let me watch this. Now. Let me explain it.
No, I got
after she accepted, listen, y'all, listen. I'm gonna get to that just a second. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, "Lord, help me." But he answered and said, "What he say to her, y'all?" He said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it unto dogs." So he pretty much also, called her a bitch too. But watch this. I gotta pull up the other. Wait a minute.
Yeah, the rest of the verse.
Okay, I ain't got the rest of the verses here. But when you read the rest of the verses, which he did not help her until she accepted her place, until she accepted her place as a dog, aka a bitch, then he was willing to help her.
Yeah, so he
was willing to help her.
She said, "True master, but even the dogs eat from the crumbs and fall from the master's table."
Right.
And then he told her, "Great is your faith." Look, in one instance, he told them, "Great is your faith. I ain't found faith like this in Israel." Hey, so after she accepted her status as a biatch or a dog,
right?
Yeah, that went down like that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Now watch this contradiction. Now remember, she had to beg this dude, right? Now we read 7 and 6. Now watch Matthew 7 and 7. The next verse. It say, "Ask and it shall be given to you." That wasn't her case though. "Seek and you shall find, knocking and it shall be open to you." But she had to beg this man for that.
Yeah.
She had to beg this man for that.
So that's the argument with the Israelites, that when he's saying ask and you shall receive and all that, knock and you shall find, all that, their argument is he only talking to Israelites. He ain't talking to the Gentiles. He's not talking to other nations. Y'all gonna be our slaves. Y'all gonna be working underground for every day except the Sabbath day. And then as soon as the sun drop on the Sabbath day, that whip going across your back, you with a swift kick up your ass and get back up under that ground and start searching for my gold and my coal. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I got the side by side right here. 7 and 8 and 15 and 20, 15, 24, 26. Look, everyone that asketh receiveth, right?
Right.
But then you go to Matthew 15. "I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But you say here, everyone. You ain't say some people, you said everyone. "To him that knocketh it shall be open." The Gentile woman knocked and was called a what?
A dog.
A bitch, man. A dog. Universal access to divine grace. Right here in Matthew, grace denied based on what? Ethnicity.
Yeah.
But watch this though. Now let's go to a waspy. Where's that verse at?
Yes, sir. See, we swim in Bible too. Y'all don't read, man. Look, we swim wherever you at. We swim at. We not over. We not in the shallow with floaties on. Nah.
Right here, book. I think this book of S. This book of S. 29 is S. Yep. Chapter 8, verse 25. Chapter 8, verse 25. Look what it say. Look what it say. Oh, let me slide it over.
I got a verse in that same chapter I want you to hit after this. Oh, wait.
Hold on, why my thing is slid over a little bit. Oh, there it is. Okay. Look at it. It say, all men are my children. All men are my children. That includes women, y'all. All men are my children. Look here. Look here. And to conscious being, I created them what? Alike.
Alike, yeah.
That means we all are aware. We all have consciousness. And they say what? Privilege to all the earth. So why y'all fighting over Canaan? Why y'all fighting over the land of Canaan? Privilege to all the earth and the waters of the earth and the air in the firmament above. Look, we drink from the same water source.
Land,
We
water,
walk on the
earth.
same. We walk on the same earth. We breathe the same air, right? Brothers and sisters, I created them of what? Various tribes, races, colors, and sizes. But nevertheless, in my own way, I created them. Everyone for a glory in his own. Everyone for a glory in the way I made him, man.
That's powerful, boy. Easy money, man. Brothers,
Stupid, man.
Brothers and sisters, man. Powerful, man.
Stupid.
Yeah, but look, the system and order is unmatched. You can't even hang with none of that, and it makes sense. That was from Elijah 7. That's from the book of Acts. Daryl, pull that back up.
Chapter 8, yeah, chapter 8, verse 25. I think that was. Yeah, pull it back up.
Pull it back up. I want to go down to like verse 32. I think it is. That's one of my favorite verses. Pull it back up. Dang, Daryl, did you drop off by? Daryl dropped off. Let me see if he come back on. I'm gonna finish off this book of light, chapter 1, and we gonna get on up out of here. But look, hopefully them boys decided, take some type of debate. We can go ahead and promote it and all that, and then we can go ahead and bury this idea of the creator being the electromagnetic spectrum. Daryl, you back in the building? Show your.
Yeah, my ball. I hit the wrong button, man.
I know how it is.
Yeah.
I know how it is, bro.
Share screen, entire screen. Let's see. This one, share. Let me go and pull it back up right there.
Right there.
825. S book of S, 825.
And go down to I think it's like verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me see. Yeah, right there, verse 32. Matter of fact, 31, 32, and I think 33. No, yeah, 31 and 32.
Yeah, neither shall one nation judge another or cry out heathen. Huh?
Yeah.
See there? Nor one people judge another and cry out pagan.
32. Because trip up the heathen and pagan is what we known to say in the Israelite community. That's a heathen right there. Heathens! Some of our grandmamas used to call us that back in the day. Look, heathen. Because that's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. The God of the Bible don't favor heathens.
Woo, 32. Woo,
32. That's why I said that's
32. Oh my God.
That's
Behold, I alone. Woo.
Yeah. Highlight it, girl.
Woo, 32.
Yeah, highlight that there.
Woo. He said, behold, I alone shall judge. Look, my mark is upon all those that engage in war or who keep warriors. Hold on, wait a minute. What that verse said in Exodus where he say Yahweh is a man of war.
Exodus 15:3.
Yahweh is a man of war.
Yep.
And then what's that one? Numbers, when he numbered Israel, getting them ready for war.
Yeah, that's Numbers, the first chapter.
Woo. Behold, I alone shall judge. My mark is upon those that engage in war, or who keep warriors, or who keep forts and arsenals.
Come on.
And use weapons of death.
Come on.
And upon all who kill.
Come on.
And eat the flesh of anything I created alive.
Ooh, for all what?
For all such are pagan and heathen in my sight. Now watch this here. Now this is a direct blow.
Bag drop, boy.
This is a direct blow to watch this. Timothy, I think it's 1 Timothy 4.
Hey, Durable, look. Yeah. Now, so we peep that he was like, look, we ain't supposed to all the brothers and sisters, right? All the part and parcel of your flesh and all that. We all belong. None are orphans, right? And then he go on and say, well, look, You're in his sight, you're a heathen or a pagan based off what you're doing. And what is it you're doing, Malachi? If you engage in warfare and using weapons of death, and if you're chewing on loin meat, he say all that get down like that are what? Heathen and pagan in my sight.
Yeah.
Good night, boy. Yeah, that S832, one of my favorites, because it also, you can also use that when people be talking about the mark of the beast.
Yep.
He said, my mark is upon all those who do this, that, and that. You know what I mean? Because all who do that are pagan and heathen in my sight. Ooh-wee.
Now watch this. Look, now right here, you see where it say, look, and eat the flesh of anything I created alive, for such are pagan and heathen. Now watch what they say.
Paul. That's Paul.
Watch what Paul say in Timothy 4. He say, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Good night.
Look at that. But look what they say about eating meat. The doctrine of devils is, look, watch this. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, right? Now watch this. Forbidding to marry, but look, and commanding to what?
Abstain from meat.
Abstain from meats.
He said that's a doctrine of the devil. If anybody out here teaching as a doctrine that you're not supposed to be chewing on flesh, that's what Paul say.
Huh?
Not what Paul say, but what that old say. And historically speaking, Paul was talking against the apostles and them who wasn't eating no flesh. That's a whole nother topic. Because he was already commanded to teach the Gentiles to abstain from meat. To abstain from meats offered to idols and all that. He was already commanded that to go teach that. You know what I mean? So then he responds back and say, you know, it's a doctrine of the devil if anybody is commanding you to abstain from meat.
Right.
He was just told to abstain from it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Real spirit.
Right. See?
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Let me finish this chapter 1 of this Oranathon. And then I'm going to have to close out because I got to get out here and beat my feet to these streets.
Yeah. Go ahead and do your thing, bro. But I appreciate the time, man. I appreciate the time, bro.
It's all good, bro. Matter of fact, stay right there unless you got to go somewhere, boy.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, stay right there, boy. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Right here. We started in verse 1, but we was right around here. All right, so I'm gonna start it back at 11. It says that all the living are his sons and daughters, that none are his orphans, but all have a father. Part and parcel of your flesh and spirit is he, even the creator. Now remember, we read it. Note that this means everyone, no matter how exalted or how alone or how unripe he or she may be, is still a child of the creator and cannot be severed from him. You can't be cut from your maker. See that? Although such a one may turn away from him for a season. Come on home. Y'all heard me say that a lot to my Israelite brothers and sisters, and anybody listening. Come on home. Because in the end, you're going to be over here anyway. You know what I mean? Snotting and crying and apologizing. And we're going to be like, look, it's all good. You know what I mean? I told you so, but come on. Let's rock. Look at this. Into whose harmony you are like keys to one instrument, with whom you can become as one by practicing his commandments. That only in this way is there peace and happiness to any person on earth or angel in heaven. So we talking about true light. Look at this. Second, and remember, your behavior determines whether you are in light or whether you're in darkness. It's your behavior. It's your mannerisms. It's all that. So with these cats, Daryl, saying that God is electromagnetism, but in this next breath tell you really don't matter how you behave out here. Morality is out the window. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, right there, bro, listen to me. You can't even embody the light they talking about and use that to become a better person or make the world a better place. Can't even do it. All you know is that God is electromagnetism.
Right.
But it don't matter how you behave out here. But it is your behavior. It is your character that determines if you walking in light or not.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mally, real quick, I'm sorry, bro. Check this out. Look back in verse 15.
Okay, right here.
both 15 and 16. It says, well, 16 specifically, it says, for there is no divine law, nor is there a natural law. But 17 says, but all good things are accomplished by the living presence of the Creator. You know what that says? If there ain't no, if none of this goes by divine law, or it's going by natural law, and all things are accomplished by the living presence of the Creator, this is pretty much telling you that all things are because of conscious intent, not by law.
Absolutely.
Not by law. It's all conscious intent. It's intention. And then if you scroll back up where it says, well, I'm moving things onward to a greater and wise purpose, that's the intent right there. He's declaring the intent.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Look at this right here. It say 14. I'm tripping. I hadn't even got there yet. Right here, 14. It say that only in this way is there peace and happiness to any person on earth or who? Angel in heaven. Second, this also I declare to you, that if you have put the Father far away, saying such as there is a divine law or there is a natural law, this shows you do not comprehend the living presence of the Creator, but profane him and his works. Good night, boy. Good night. For there is no divine law, nor is there a natural law, but all good things were accomplished by the living presence.
Right.
Of the Creator.
Right.
I got you on it. That makes sense.
You get up in the morning and you brushing your teeth. You ain't brushing your teeth because of divine law or natural law. You doing it because of conscious intent.
The Creator, exactly. His ever presence quickens you into life and allows you to pull air through your nostrils and brush that stinking mouth this morning. Look at this. Things commonly called evil being done by striving to go against him. Oh, so whatever that's declared evil is because someone's been fighting to go against the natural order and program of the Creator. You see that? Look at it. Third, that the Creator has not finished his works. Daryl, this is one of your favorites right here, boy.
Man, I love this one. I love this one.
I shared this with my daughter yesterday. She got it. She said, "Woo!"
Yeah, I love setting them up for this one, man. I'll be like, okay, so what your God doing the seventh day?
Yeah, he slept, he rested. My daughter say, "Woo!" The Creator must get tired. I said, "No, baby. No, that's a false God. The Creator don't get tired. He's his own rest and unrest, master over all weariness." Third, that the Creator has not finished his creations and retired from his works. That where you have said he tired or he rested from his works, you have let yourselves fall through errors of language into profaning of the Almighty. For he is also master over all weariness, and is his own everlasting rest and unrest.
Okay, now watch this.
Beyond the comprehension of mortals and angels. Go ahead, Daryl.
Now watch this, right? Watch this, man. Rest and unrest, right? He's his own rest and unrest. What does that mean exactly? How can something be rest and unrest at the same time? Bro, look, it's all back in Jehovah 1:1 when we explain the seen and the unseen, what's impotent and what's potent, right? What they say is, what's the difference between potential energy and kinetic energy? Potential energy, right? The potential is the energy what? At rest. Huh? That's the rest. The unrest is when you're in motion, bringing it into manifestation. See there? That's how he's both rest and unrest at the same time. Because there's the potential and then there's the kinetic. There's what can be, right? And there's what is.
That's what is, right?
Bringing into light, bringing into manifestation what is, what can be, what shall be.
Right, what will be, absolutely.
What will be. That's what he mean by I am the rest and the unrest.
Now, what it is and what it will be.
What it is and what it will be. Because what has been already passed.
Boy,
and that's impotent. Go ahead, though, bro. Go ahead.
These boys surgical with this OWASP. Boy, look at this. Back at Oranathan 121, look what it says. It's saying he is forever bringing together, creating, and forever dissolving and dissipating worlds, with an S, without number,
Mm.
illimitable in soul and spirit, forever quickening into life from his own parts, without loss or waste or lack of space, and without hindrance. What? What? Man, leave me alone.
It's a flow that you can't stop.
Man.
It's the listen. It's back to the rest of unrest. It's the movable. It's the movable that can't be moved. Think about that.
Ooh. Fourth, that the creator is the soul of all, and that you are like independent atoms of his person.
Look at that.
How then can any man say, behold, my people are the chosen of the Almighty? He has singled out my people to go forth and redeem the world. I proclaim all people his people. And I say also, go forth and redeem the world. But not with words only, nor by the sword, nor by armies of destroyers.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold up, man.
I come to bring the sword, baby.
Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bro, I can even go there, man. Go ahead, man. You want to close out. Go ahead, bro. Woo!
Hey, see, look, y'all don't know. While I was live earlier, when I went on mute, I called Durham. I said, man, where you at? You busy? He said, yeah, bro, I'm kind of busy. I say, all right.
Boy, you called me in the middle of grocery shopping.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, well, look, I'm about to call these boys out, man. You know, you the mad scientist, you and Cal, so, you know what I mean? Hop on when you can. I'm glad you hopped on, bro.
Hey, 25 is dirty.
25 is powerful.
25 just, oh, God.
Man, that deal said, I proclaim all people his people. And I say also, go forth and redeem the world, not with words only, nor by the sword or enforcement. So we don't force this, right? Nor by armies of destroyers, but by peace and love and providing remedies for the poor, the afflicted, helpless, and distressed. That's how you redeem the world, not by weapons of death. Weapons down. See that?
Now you got to go to Escrow 44, 14, 15, and then leave it at that, man.
I got you. Let's go.
Escrow 44, 14, 15. That's all the creator ever asks us for. It was right there. It's right there in line. It's right in line with verse 25 right there, man. Right there, wait till you to go forth, redeem the world, and go by peace and love and just help. And it's simple.
It is, man. Stop being a misfit all your damn life and get outside and be solid for once.
Easy. Look how easy this is. That's with 44, 14, and 15. Watch how simple this is, man.
That's y'all shoot it. It's saying right there, boy. Hold on.
Because what they don't know is that the worship is the work. The work is the worship, man. The worship is the work, and the work is the worship.
That's right, bro. That's right. You know what I mean? The practice. You know what I mean? Great ain't really tripping off all your gum bumping.
That's it. Right there. That's it.
You dig? Get out here and get to work, man. All right, it says right here, and this is the doctrine that Yahshua is seen taught. You know what I mean? You know, according to what we read over this way, it say, remember that all things are of Jehovah, and you are his servants to help one another. And as much as you do these services to one another, so do you serve.
That's it.
The creator.
That's it.
Bag drop.
That's it.
Ooh-wee.
That's it.
See, real simple. Ain't even hard, man.
That's it. That's it. And I think it's another one. You ain't got to go to this one, but it's another one in Book of Ezra where he say, no, it's in Book of Judgment, I think, where he say, you shall not call unto the creator something to say, Jehovah, I help that man, but you shall go and help him with your own hands.
That's right.
That's called being economical.
That's right, bro. Man, solid, man. Solid, bro. But man, hey, it's always an honor chopping it up with the bros and them, man. You dig? I got to get out here and beat my feet and go get some of this chili real quick, some of this bread. You know how I go. It don't stop. You know what I mean? But man, look, look, Carol done pop back. Carol, I gotta get off here, man. I'm gonna put you back on. I gotta go, man. But yeah, you said you too long with it, brother. Go ahead and give us the last words, girl. Cosmo.
Hey, my last word is this, man. All praises to the ever-present Great Spirit, whose magnitude is incomprehensible and whose presence is everywhere. Love, light, peace, balance, and goodwill to all my brothers and sisters around the world.
That's right.
And throughout the cosmos.
Man.
And may the light of the great I am within us all be forever magnified.
Flat out, bro. Man, much
Easy.
love, Ak. You already know.
Easy.
Love, light, and balance to you and your family. May the Creator continue to guide you in all wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and all that good stuff in between, bro. Salute. You know what I mean? Salute, salute. Cosmon. Doc, give us some parting words as we slide about this deal.
Oh man, you dig what I'm talking about? We ain't doing nothing but kicking clouds over this side. Hey, but listen, I just tapped in real quick. Just wanted to drop this little quick knowledge, and I'm out of here on a way to look at Jehovah being his own rest and unrest, and that is the function of fusion and fission. Right? It's the breathing in of the moving in and also the moving out. It's the fission and fusion of it. Right? And in between there are moments where, in a sense, sound or vibration are away from each other and then they meld. So it's a resting and a movement all at one time. That's
fission and fusion, huh?
Yeah, that's fission and fusion. Bringing the energy in and pushing the energy out.
Man, y'all Negroes is probably only Negroes on the planet right now talking about some damn fission and fusion.
Hey, man, with that being said, though, man, all praises to the ever-present Creator, the one that always was, is, and ever shall be. Love, light, balance out there to the gang. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all boys untouchable, man. Shout out to the horsemen, man. Foes. Hey, hey, Malaki.
What's up, bro?
You can do one thing for me real quick?
Man, I got you. It's skinny.
Hey, man, breathe in. Let that light in. Cause I'm Cosmon. I knock Wakaiki the cloud kicker. Huh? I'm out.
Foes up. You already know.
Peace, foes.
PGG. All right, y'all. Well, look, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Gotta go handle some business and all that, man. Love, light, balance, all that good stuff in between. And again, any light that when it's talked about, you should be able to embody that and take that and use that to make the world a better place, to make yourself a better individual and all that. If you're talking light, but there's no standard of any type of behavior or morality, then that light you're talking about darkness. Remember this, over this way we read an opinion. It's not light. And that's what the hell that shit is. Talking about some big creators, the electromagnetic spectrum. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. That's darkness. That ain't free. Because if it was really light, you will be able to embody that. And you can tell by the behavior. Does it raise somebody up or does it make someone fall? You know what I'm saying? Going to the next time, y'all. Love, light, and all that good stuff in between. I'm your little brother, Malaki Macabee. I'm out. Salute Daryl Cosmon in the field, my brother.